We are live for all of your
So
questions. It's Football Sunday.
I'm only awake because I got monkey cold coffee.
I'm going to drink mine in a little bit because I will
Yeah.
definitely need it. We could start off with, I guess, injury reports of who we know is injured. I know one of the bigger names was on the Thursday games, but now we focus on Sundays. We got Mark Andrews, Baltimore's out. Another tight end gone.
Yep.
Uh, the Christian Watson of Green Bay out with a hamstring injury, something to watch for sure. We know hamstring
PJ,
injuries
yeah,
linger.
PJ Chart from fucking Carolina
Yeah,
out with a hamstring issue as well.
Darren
And
Waller is expected to play today, according to
Cooper
all
Cup is on
reports.
IR with a hamstring issue.
Good thing I dropped that fool.
Yeah, there's a lot of hamstring issues going on, man.
A lot of hamstring
Stop eating
issues.
pork.
What, is
Leave
it
that
really
ham
pork?
alone.
Is that what?
There's a
gosh.
lot
Shit.
of
I blame global warming for all these hamstring injuries.
All right.
It's
global
ridiculous.
Okay.
warming for
It's ridiculously hot outside. That's what it is.
Something has to be done. We start off with one of the first games. We look at 49ers, Steelers. 12 o'clock game. We'll go through the list first. It's going to be light rain there. They're playing in Pittsburgh, so open stadium. What are y'all looking at? Oh, we got Jamesy boy here.
Oh, we had James. We have James. What's up,
Jamesy
James?
boy
Yeah.
here. What up, man? All right. So 49ers, Pittsburgh. Who y'all looking at? Who y'all not looking at?
Pittsburgh, I'm gonna say you can go ahead and start Najee Harris, but you could also probably start Jalen Warren if you have him.
I think they'll both probably get run. This is probably the toughest game fantasy wise for anybody on Pittsburgh because San Francisco's defense is so consistent.
That's why I wouldn't take a running back. I'd take any receiver off that Pittsburgh team though, because they're gonna have to throw the ball.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm honestly thinking Pat Fryermuth is the most play for Steelers this week. I mean, I hate to keep going back to the same word that we always use, which is a security blanket, but at the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
if Pat Fryermuth is open in the middle of the field for 5 yards every time, they're going to keep giving it to him until they stop letting him be open 5 yards downfield.
Hey, I got a question on TikTok here. Somebody asked JSN or Pickens. What do y'all think?
I'm
I
going.
also got Russ or Howell.
I'm going Pickens.
You're going Pickens over
I'm going
JSN?
Pickens. Yeah, 100%. I'm taking wide receiver 2 over, probably wide receiver 1, honestly, over wide receiver 3.
Yeah. And then Russ or Howell.
That's
I'm
tough.
gonna take How. No, that's easy. How.
Howell.
I mean,
have
he
a
is
feeling
playing-
that somebody on that Commanders team is gonna go off today against Arizona. I don't know who it is.
They do have the worst defense. The Arizona Cardinals do have the worst defense in the NFL right now. So Sam Howell should eat, theoretically speaking. But
I would go definitely How over Russ. I don't know. Yeah, I'd go How over Russ.
yeah, I'm in agreement. I mean, then again, Russ does have the Broncos. Or, sorry, Russ has the Raiders today. And
That's true.
I mean, honestly, I think that's a horse apiece. Like each one can probably fucking put up a solid amount of fantasy points this week. That's
Now
a
they
tough
probably
question.
both do well, but let's just agree that Arizona sucks more than the Raiders. So
Sure.
Yeah, I'd stream anyone playing Arizona.
yeah.
Anybody that's playing Arizona, people are probably going to be shocked by this, but I'm a big Brian. Why am I blanking right now on his name?
Robinson?
Brian Robinson. I'm a big Brian Robinson believer. I have a feeling he's going for like 100 yards and 2 tutties today.
That's believable. Probably more yards than that.
You think so?
I actually think he's one of the only real 3-down backs in this league.
Really?
I do.
I like that. Me
Thank
and Zach are in agreement on something. That shit don't happen very often.
Washington's defense too. I would. They're available in a lot of leagues. I'd pick up once again anyone playing Arizona. It's not.
Okay.
Anybody playing Arizona? I agree.
I don't know what happened there.
They don't like the take.
He's
That
like,
was
I'm an
weird.
Arizona fan, dude.
Yeah, they didn't like
Wow.
the take. You said anyone play in Arizona, and they kicked you off.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? Oh man. All right. So is there anybody? Actually, James, I know you gave us a list. You'll be our first one for our list. So we're gonna give y'all a sleeper. We're gonna give y'all a person to buy in that you think is gonna blow up, and then a person that we're gonna call bust for the week. For week one, don't listen and think that this is every week, but this is gonna be it. And the only reason why I bring it up is because I know you had a Steeler on here, James. So I'll put your list up, and then you can go into why you feel that way.
I guess I'll start with Deontay Johnson, and this goes back to what you guys were just talking about. I love Steelers' offense this year. Pickens, Johnson, Jalen Warren, you name it. But against the Niners' defense, it's a terrible week one matchup to have any faith. Especially Johnson, who's been very inconsistent every year. He's been plagued by drops. Hopefully he's shaken that. But I just don't trust him against the Niners secondary. And then Jamal Williams with Kamara suspended. He's a red zone passer inside the 5 and 10. They're going to Jamal Williams. And, so I like that play for at least a touchdown or two. And then for Zach's Cowboys, you have to have Jake Ferguson too. Dak has a lot of faith in. He said a lot of nice things about him. He's their number one passing red zone target. Because CeeDee Lamb, for as good as he is, they don't go to him much in the red zone. So the big-bodied Ferguson is available in a lot of leagues. He's not ever projected to do much, but at least initially, I think this is a good week to start him.
If I have to choose a Dallas Cowboy that's not CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard to play, it would probably be Jake Ferguson. That being said, I think
even though they drafted a tight end,
I was going to say, that being said, I think there's a lot of other plays out there at the position that I'd probably rather play. And yes, the fact that they also drafted a tight end does worry me a little bit.
It's a good if you had Kelsey or maybe if Kittle's out. I think that's where it's really
100%.
the reason that I would be hesitant to take somebody like him is because I don't believe in Mike McCarthy. I think he's dumb. So whatever's working in the moment is what he's going to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? So today, if Pollard and Dottle and Deuce Vaughn are running the ball, that's what he's going to do. And that just takes targets away from tight ends on that team.
Yeah.
Got a question from Big Cheese. What up, Big Cheese? Welcome. 0.5 PPR, Jamal Williams or Samaje Perine?
Ooh, dog! I'm saying Samaje Perine. I'm not even lying. They said Javonte Williams gonna be on a snap count, so I'm gonna say Samaje Perine over Jamal Williams.
Any other week, I agree with that. But like Calvin said, they're playing the Raiders, so it don't matter how banged up you are. If you're healthy or not, you're gonna run the ball. So I think Javonte.
Go ahead.
Javonte's gonna get his run. I'm gonna go Jamal Williams, in my opinion, today.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying that is because they said he's on a snap count though.
I would tell you that too.
So, believe it or not, I'm actually with Caleb on this one because last year the Titans were ranked the highest run defense in the NFL. And Samaje Perine, as we said, is going up against the Las Vegas Raiders, I think they're called now. I don't know what they keep changing.
That'll be them.
So I'm going Samaje Perine.
I already had Williams, so I got to stick with him.
Smart.
They tied.
That was your sleeper, indeed.
All right. Hopefully it helps, Big Cheese. Good luck. If you got any more questions, drop them out in the comments. Moving on to the next game. Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns. Light rain going around. They're playing in Cleveland. What are y'all thinking?
I'm thinking this is going to be the week that Deshaun Watson establishes David Njoku as like a top 10 tight end play every week. I like, genuinely speaking, me and Zach disagree on this a lot, but I think the Cincinnati Bengals secondary has a lot of issues. They're a young core. I think Amari Cooper is obviously going to get highlighted as the receiver to guard. So I think David Njoku is going to eat today and eat a lot.
Right position, wrong player.
Sure.
Jordan Atkins. He already has a rapport with Deshaun Watson. He caught a ton of touchdowns for Deshaun in Houston.
Sure.
if there's a player on that team that I would keep my eye on, it's Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Deshaun makes second receivers look good, and Elijah Moore on that Cleveland team reminds me a lot of Will Fuller on the Texans.
Fair.
And I think he's going to get touchdowns out of that.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. Another question coming in from Big Cheese on YouTube. Half-point PPR again, Jamal Williams, or I'm assuming it's DeAndre Swift. I'm staying away from Philly running backs this year personally, so I'm going Jamal Williams.
Are you okay? Let me ask you this because I feel the same way. Are you staying away from Philly running backs on account of who the running backs are, or are you just scared they're going to be too much by committee?
I think it's kind of both, honestly. I think DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny have been kind of letdowns in the sense that whenever they actually get their chance, it doesn't actually work out the way it should. And then also the fact that they have so many running backs on that tean.
That's what I was worried about. Is like I just feel like there's just not enough to go around.
No, there's only one ball, and I think that's an analogy we use in basketball a lot. But it's the same thing for running backs. Like there's only so many carries per game for you. I think Philly struggles with not struggles with the run game, but fantasy wise.
You gotta wait a few weeks to see how it plays out, and it can be frustrating if you have Swift, but if you have a guy like Williams who should get a nice workload of carries in the red zone, especially, I think once again I go Jamal Williams this week. That's not to say the rest of the season, but if Swift separates himself from the pack today, then you can be more confident going forward.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Also, you're just going to get a more consistent workload for Jamal Williams, and he can bust one at any time. I go Williams over Swift Cheese.
I agree.
Alrighty.
Were we talking Cleveland and the Bengals?
Yes, we were. What about Cincinnati, Zach? Who are you watching today?
Well, they're just so good to me. I'm a Joe Burrow fan.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Joe
say-
Shiesty.
I was gonna say Joe Burrow because I fucking have him in one of the leagues, so I have to say Joe Burrow.
I think Joe Burrow. Yeah, I think that's the obvious play. I think Jamar Chase is the obvious play.
Well, I was thinking what you said a minute ago about their secondary, not to be an IDP retard, but like I'm going to take Jordan Battle if you're looking for an IDP player,
Sure.
the safety out of Alabama, because he's going to replace Jesse Bates, and I think he's already better than Jesse Bates.
That's
So
tough.
anybody need a safety today? No, not really.
No, it is though, because in the secondary, especially, I think that's the hardest jump for you to make from a college to an NFL like standpoint. You have wide receivers who go on to be janitors or math teachers in college, and now you're guarding professional athletes who are playing at the highest level. It's a different speed,
Yeah.
and I think in your first game,
But that's not the energy we had in the first quarter the other day when Brian Branch picked Mahomes.
yeah, but that was
You know what I'm saying?
that was a tip pick to his hand.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like you knew where you were supposed to be. Like there's something instinctual about some of those guys, and I think Jordan Battle is going to be a good safety in this league.
I think Brian Branch was supposed to be in front of that ball, if we're being honest.
Well, he wasn't the primary defender on that.
Sure, jump the pass if you're so good.
My point is I like Jordan Battle, so if anybody needs a safety, consider him
Sure,
in that game,
sure.
especially against the Deshaun Watson.
I like Johnny
He's
Flynn
done.
coming out of college, but he sucked in the NBA.
Oh well, that's on you.
I'm just saying, we can like people coming out of college. They don't turn out.
I like Brock Ott. No, I was kidding.
Said no.
If I could interject the betting angle on this game.
100%.
The Bengals are -2, which is just begging for people to take them coming off of the year they had last year. But that would scare me to take the Bengals straight up. I think the better bet here is the Browns +2 at home. And week one's always a shit show. Like if you remember last week one, the Bengals lost to the Steelers. It just happens, especially in these divisional games. So I'd stay away from the Bengals straight up.
I kind of agree with that. The other thing I agree with is staying away from a Bengals player, and that's Joe Mixon this week. I'm not playing Joe Mixon this week. I'm just not. The Cleveland front four is a disgusting front four. That's going to wreak
It is
havoc
good.
on that offensive line. I don't care whether you just signed maybe the best left tackle in the game or not. you're still going to have struggles stopping the defensive line from getting at Joe Burrow in the backfield. So, I mean, unless they get to a goal line, the only way Joe Mixon's going to score points today, in my opinion, is goal line work and getting touchdowns. I don't see him going for that many yards, and I don't see them getting that many touchdowns.
So what you're trying to say is because of the pressure Cleveland creates with their D-line, and probably means the Bengals got to pass the ball a lot, so all their receivers are right for the taking.
I would agree with that, but I think in fantasy order of who I would play, it would go Jamar Chase, it would go T. Higgins, but then it would go Irv Smith Jr. Because I think that he's going to have, I think for lack of a better term, he's going to have a day. I think he's going to go out there and show that he's still a viable tight end. I'm not taking him like over 6 or 7 other tight ends, but I think he's going to be viable, especially if you're in like a deep 14, 16-man league, or you had Travis Kelce on Thursday and he didn't play.
I had Travis Kelce on Thursday and he didn't play.
You look like Travis Kelce.
Ian Rappaport just said that expect the Steelers to use both running backs a lot today.
For not a lot of shit going on.
And he also, I know it's not, this is a Monday, or this is a Monday night game, but the Jets, here says, expect them to go heavily on Dalvin Cook and ease Breece Hall in.
Interesting.
As they're going forward, so.
Interesting notes.
I expected that, though.
I mean, I think we all kind of did.
No, bro, I got Breece in the 3rd round, bro. I need him to play now.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you drafted
that was
Breece, you're
foolish.
an idiot in the 3rd round.
That's usually how it goes. Somebody gets mad at me. I reached for Breece. I kept him in my league, so he needed to play.
Sucks to suck, bro. That's fantasy football.
We go on to the next one. Tampa Bay, Buccaneers, Minnesota Vikings, Cousins versus.
This might be a hot take, bro.
Yeah.
This game has the potential to be a straight up shootout.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Oh, it
That's
does.
why I'm gonna say, if you have Mike Evans, you kind of have to play.
I'm in agreement.
Like,
We're disgusting.
I don't trust Baker yet until I see him play week 1. But if he fucking does turn out to just be a gunslinger out of nowhere, like Mike Evans is for sure gonna have a game.
No, that's what he is. He's a gunslinger, not a quarterback. And he come out there today with no expectations and start chunking it around the field, and there gonna be some monster numbers for those receivers on that team.
See, the thing is I think I trust Baker Mayfield more than I do the Vikings corners, and I think that's where the problem lies.
100%.
That's where the problem lies for Minnesota. I think Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are both going to eat.
But you could say the same about Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and T.J. Hawkinson. Like Tampa lost players out of their secondary.
100%.
Sean Murphy-Bunting went to Tennessee, and Devin White didn't look good last year, so people might get loose on that side too. That's why I'm like, it's kind of a toss-up whoever you're preferential towards in this game. But like, I think there's going to be 2 or 3 players that have really good games in this one today.
I can see it.
I'm gonna still say Addison too, though.
I think it'll be one receiver do really well on each team at the very least.
I'm going.
I like a Hawkinson play here.
You do?
I don't.
Me neither.
I listen. I think TJ Hawkinson might be the most overrated fantasy player this year. ADP and draft stock wise. I mean, he was being selected in most leagues in the 3rd round, which is Mark Andrews territory for numbers. When Mark Andrews was and still is kind of the number 1 target on his team. Travis Kelce, number 1 target on his team. TJ Hawkinson has to take a backseat to Justin Jefferson.
But that's neither here nor there, because like if you're doing Mark Andrews to TJ outperformed Mark Andrews last year because he was just getting catches. Like he had what do you have, like one game like 16 catches?
Yeah.
The reason that I would stay away from TJ Hawkinson today is because if there's one thing that Tampa does have is linebackers who can cover.
This is true.
Like they have the speed at linebacker to stay with them. That's the only reason I would stay away from TJ. And plus, I think Tampa they're probably going to get more pressure from their front 4 than the Vikings will.
I just like a second bet. I think he's still their second option in a shootout. They only have 1 running back that they trust now.
Mhm.
So you're not going to get the Madison Cook splits that we got in the years past. just Madison. I don't think they trust Addison yet. So while it isn't Addison and Osborne's never a real play, that's where I like Hawkinson.
And I could see Hawkinson. I just don't see him as tight end 3.
Oh no, yeah.
That's where my struggle comes in.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
How do y'all feel about Cade Otton, the tight end from Tampa?
I think this is one of them games where he could sneakily do well for you
I could see
got-
like a
because the Vikings can't cover
I
him. Like
felt-
the Vikings can't cover me, and I'm sitting here.
I felt like with him. Hold on, we got a question. Parker Bledsoe says, "Should I start Herbert or Fields?" Is what I'm guessing.
Parker, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh.
I think Herbert versus the Dolphins, especially with Jalen Ramsey not playing, is going to be the play. I know a lot of people like Fields for his running potential, I should say, and the fact that he does actually have a weapon now kind of makes him look like he's a good play. But it should be Herbert, 100% in my opinion.
I'd wait to see if Fields can pass.
Yeah.
Herbert's going for
I don't
400 at the minimum today.
If you can probably play both and be okay, Parker, but you should play Justin Herbert.
I
I always have a rule: if Herbert has Mike Williams, you play him.
Fair.
You got
Fair.
an angry Austin Eckler. You got Mike Williams. You got a healthy Keenan Allen for game one. He's going off today.
I can see it.
I kind of like the Packers' defense against running quarterbacks.
I like it a lot, actually. Yeah, we got a lot of pressure up front. Especially because we drafted Luke and S.
And just like the Vikings game, that Dolphins game might be a shootout.
Yeah.
Oh, that
100%.
for sure is going to be a
100%.
shootout.
So
Yeah, I'm in on Herbert.
you won't regret playing Herbert. Like even if he doesn't have an outstanding game, you can't feel bad about it. Where Fields, it's a little bit more of a risk.
Look, I know Nick doesn't care for Justin Herbert for whatever reason. I guess he lets you
No,
down.
I
in the
like him
past.
now. I'm just saying I didn't like
But
him
now-
last
It's
year.
personal.
But I've been advocating for him all off season. I strongly believe that the Chargers will be a top 5 offense this year, probably even closer to top 3.
I will say the only way Justin Herbert doesn't turn out to be the play this week is if somehow the Miami Dolphins pass rush gets to him, because Chargers don't have the greatest offensive line. I mean, we can all admit that. But if the Dolphins can get there and cause havoc on that team, then who knows? They might not be able to run the ball as well, and they might have to punt quite a few times.
I drafted
I don't see it
Herbert in
happening.
2 leagues, okay, Zach? So I am a fan this year. All right. I'm a fan.
All right, I'm calling 400 yards and 3 touchdowns
I-
for Herbert today.
I just don't see
I
how
feel
he
it.
sucks this year. I just don't see it with his new coach and everything. I don't. I'm hyped for him. I'm hyped for
Justin
Keenan
Herbert.
Allen for 3 games. I'm hyped for Gerald Everett to blow up one random game.
I need Gerald Everett to blow up this random game because
Nah,
Mark
not
Andrews is
today.
outside to put him in.
Not today. I dropped him, so you can accept it. I dropped him from my pick. All right, Caleb. All right.
Anybody else on Tampa or Minnesota that we think is a valuable play today?
K-Dog. I'm going to stick with my boy. I'm playing him today.
I will say, betting wise, this one was funky. Tampa Bay was 6.5 point underdogs. They're down to 5 point underdogs, which means a lot of people were taking them at 6.5, which I liked at 6.5. I mean, that's just asking to be teased. If you think the Vikings are going to win, the Vikings will win basically -0.5. I would almost stay away. Anytime a line moves that much, that's funky. It could mean a lot of the big money and smart money is on Tampa. So I wouldn't like Tampa at +5, and I also wouldn't trust the Vikings at -5. So unless you're teasing that, stay away.
100%. Steven on YouTube says, "Hey all, good morning. Start Brees Hall or Deion Jackson half-point PPR." That
Deion
is-
Jackson. Deion Jackson. Zach Moss is not playing. Deion Jackson.
It's a good question.
My fear with Brees is that they've already said that they're going to ease him through. And that came from the guru himself, Ian Rappaport.
Okay, we're gonna finish this question quick because the next one is something I want to talk about today. Deion Jackson.
That's an easy one.
Deion Jackson is the play for this one.
Yeah.
Brees Hall might have a big play potential 1 or 2 times, but besides that, I'm pretty sure Dalvin Cook's going to eat and they're going to ease him back in. Kind of similar. He's going to see a similar snap count to what Jahmyr Gibbs did on Thursday. The next question from Roderick on YouTube. Should I start Likely or pick up Juwan Johnson off waivers? Isaiah Likely might be the 5th best tight end to play this week.
You're absolutely wrong.
100% I'm not.
You're 100%
100% I'm
wrong.
not.
Let me explain that. You have too many receivers on that team. Isaiah Likely, as good as he is not. This is the time where Baltimore 100% needs their tight end position to block. He's not going to get as much run as you think.
I promise
Juwan
you.
Johnson can do it all. I promise you. Not playing against.
You want to take
Promise
Juwan
you
Johnson, who is the
Yeah.
4th option
over
on that
Likely
team?
today? Yes. Today, yes.
No, sir.
I'm
no,
telling
no.
you, bro.
I'm telling you,
telling
Lamar
you.
Jackson loves throwing to the tight end position, and it was proven even when he had a wide receiver core back in the day when he had Hollywood and Bateman both on the outside. He loves throwing to the tight end position. It is,
you have to
for lack of a
understand-
better term. Once again, me and Nick go to it. It's his safety valve. It's what he goes to when he doesn't have somebody else wide open downfield.
No, Mark Andrews is his safety.
And
valve.
Isaiah
Like, how
Likely
many
blew up
times- I
every
had
time Mark
Likely
Andrews
last
was
year.
out.
No,
Yes.
he played. He didn't blow up. He let me down a many a time. I'm telling
I
you,
don't know about that.
playing against the Texans today, the way that we play in the box, he's not going to be able to play with our defense. We're way too physical. We're way too fast. They can't afford that.
I'm telling you right now, Roger.
On today,
Likely.
Juwan Johnson is the play.
I'm playing
telling
Likely.
you.
Ooh, I like it. All right, we'll go to the next one. Fat Golf says, I drafted Dawson Knox without realizing Buffalo drafted a first-round tight end. Should I play him or pick up Okinawa, Dolchich, Hayden Hurst, or Jake Ferguson? I butchered all these names.
Someone Jake
Okinawa. Hey. This is why I need more coffee, all right? Hey.
I don't think that the two tight end sets in Buffalo is that big an issue. Because I feel
So
like
this is where
Dalton
Sorry, this is where
can compete.
Ferguson makes more sense though. He's the number one option tight end wise for Dallas.
I'm gonna go different from both
Yeah.
of you, and I'm gonna take Hayden Hurst.
Hmm.
I then again, you might want to just start calling me a tight end guy. I don't know what the deal is, but I think that like Bryce Young is going to need somebody. Adam Thielen, older, sure. I think it's a safety valve, dude. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep saying it.
But to Zach's point, I don't mind having Dawson Knox on the roster, on
no.
my fantasy roster, where
I got him.
Kincaid, rookie tight ends don't usually come in and immediately start doing much. So having Dawson Knox, who's been a good red zone target for Allen for the last 5 years, if I were you, I would just keep Dawson Knox week one, see what happens. But I think Jake Ferguson would be a higher upside pick.
This might sound ridiculous, but I think both tight ends in Buffalo are going to do good for two reasons. Is one, I think Buffalo at this point realized Gabe Davis is trash, so they're trying to figure out who can be a second option. And then two, their offensive coordinator, what's his name? Forgot. Anyhow, he was the quarterback of the University of Miami. He's so used to using two tight ends. Like I think he's going to run a system that he knows how to run, and you'll get production from both tight ends.
I'm gonna make Caleb proud quick, and me and him usually don't agree on things, but Luke Musgrave might be a look too if he's on the waiver. He might be a look. I mean, he should eat.
Yeah, especially with Watson
100%.
out.
He might eat today against the Chicago Bears. And, I mean, Jordan Love being a new father to the Chicago Bears franchise, probably looking for somebody to consistently throw to. Christian Watson's out. This might be the game that Luke Musgrave eats.
We're giving you options.
A lot of options.
Good options.
With the injuries of tight ends, especially with the big two out, Kelsey, Andrews, Kittle's going, but we know how that seesaw works out. Darren Waller's going, but we know how that seesaw works out. It's not a bad thing to pick up probably one of these tight ends that we're naming off to have on your bench to hold, because as it looks of right now, week one, tight ends are going down.
Roderick, Fat Golf, stay later. I got a graphic we're going to throw up, and I'll show you a tight end that if he's available, you should 100% grab.
I got you. After this one, I'll put it up for you.
For sure.
Cal. All right. Next, we got Jesus Christ of the League, Jamal Williams, Raheem Morser, Damian Pierce, Tyler Lockett. Start two. Who am I going with?
If I may, 100% you're starting Tyler Lockett and Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I agree.
So, before we do this, I know Tom Pelissero said that the Dolphins are going to rest rookie running back Devin Archan.
Achane?
Yeah. And so they said Raheem Morris is going to get all the carries with Salvin Mid or whatever. So,
Oh yeah,
but take that in.
I
man.
love the idea of Mostert.
If that game's a
But-
shootout, I don't think the running back
Yeah.
is as valuable as we think
That's what
it
I
is.
said.
So that's why I would sit Mostert. Damian Pierce against Houston against Baltimore. I think Baltimore might jump on top and kind of eliminate our running game, so we'll have to pass it. So I'd sit Pierce. I'm with y'all. I go Williams and Lockett.
We all
I
agree.
like
that's
Lockett. I like Jamal Williams today.
I mean, Lockett's always been consistent. I like the fact that he's getting drafted so low is kind of crazy to me because he's like a 7th round pick for some reason, but he always plays like a 3rd or
It's
4th round
stupid.
value.
People
He's not sexy.
people are drafting him low, but then they're picking Adam Thielen higher than what he's supposed to be at.
They're picking him higher, like, and I agree, I understand that he's a significantly better athlete, but DK Metcalf is like a 3rd round pick, whereas Tyler Lockett has very similar production a lot of times. I don't know.
I think
It's
what it
because
is. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just like if you have DK Metcalf, you can brag about that. Or even if he's not going to put up the numbers that you think he is, you can like, oh yeah, I have Metcalf on my resume. Where Lockett's like, oh, you have Lockett, without the context of where you draft him. If you draft him like in the 3rd or 4th round, yeah, that's a reach. But if you're able to get him in the 7th round, 8th round, that's a good
I
pick.
100% agree.
I also think that Jackson Smith and Jengua has a lot to do with that. I mean, people they just kind of realize both of these guys can operate in small spaces, and they might step on each other's toes. Opposed to DK, who's not really a football player; he's an athlete, and he's just going to run.
I think if anything, JSN just takes a lot of production from the tight end position more so than Lockett.
Noah Fant? You're not a fan of Noah Fant?
I'm not a fan of Noah Fant.
I don't think anybody is. It's fan.
Notice we haven't said his name at all today.
Nothing. He's available in so many leagues on
Every
Yahoo
league.
and everything. He's one of the cheapest tight ends you can get right now on DraftKings and FanDuel. Also, but leave him there. Don't put him in. Caden, the Colts fan, says Tyler Conklin or Juwan Johnson a replacement of Andrews.
This one I'm in agreement with Zach is Juwan Johnson.
I'm going to disagree with myself because, like, he's the better player, but it's like you said, it's like, are you going to get enough run? Like my issue, my argument between Juwan Johnson and Likely is I don't think either one of them are going to get a bunch of snaps. I really don't. But I think Juwan Johnson was going to get more and more productive snaps. So this comes down to an issue of like who's going to get more play.
You think it's Conklin?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Well,
I mean,
I'm a big Juwan Johnson fan though, so sometimes I'll pick solely off of what I think your talent level is. So I'll go Johnson.
Juwan Johnson's a dog.
I like
well, Calvin, this is the time for your graphic to come up.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna go with who is your sleeper, buy-in, and bust for the week.
So, sleeper, I don't really have any logic behind it besides the fact that we said this game's going to be a shootout. If it comes down to it, Rachaad White should get a lot of looks, especially in like full-point PPR leagues. I would guarantee that he's probably going to get at least 5 or 6 checkdowns this game. And besides that, I mean, the Buccaneers like to run the ball. So, I mean, early in the first quarter, probably, if this game stays close, they're going to try to run the ball, open it up on the outside. Rachaad White is my sleeper. Buy-in, Tyler Higbee is the tight end one this week. I'm telling you that right now. Just from the sheer volume he's going to get today against Seattle. I called my shot earlier on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called nowadays. 8 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tyler Higbee. That's the stat line I'm going for. I'm 100% confident in that. My bust this week is Derrick Henry. I mean, I didn't really draft him in a lot of leagues just because I don't really trust him. But then again, that Saints defense is also nasty. That is a hard defense to do anything productive against. And especially with but a not so great offensive line in Tennessee, I think Derrick Henry's somebody to stay away from this week.
But they drafted Skoronski. You were so high.
I love Skoronski as a passing blocker.
I'm with you. I hate Tennessee, so I want them to all do that.
You could try to say that name on YouTube, Zach. I don't know how, but we got somebody asking Daniel Jones or Dak Prescott. And I think we're in unison on this one, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm Danny Dollar all the way. You know that.
Danny Dimes.
Okay.
Give me the
Nah, he's a full dollar now.
give me the Baker.
I think Daniel Jones running his rushing ability. I think is a little.
Zach
higher
says Dallas only
upside
has one good player on defense, so you don't really have to worry about the other guys out there. Danny
They
Dimes.
only have one good player on defense.
Danny
I
Dimes
don't
should
know
have
why y'all
500 yards and 7 touchdowns today.
Nick, can you drop the link on TikTok?
Yeah, gotcha.
You don't think Diggs is a good corner?
No,
Talk
it's too
to
risky
him.
for me.
Talk to him.
He's too risky for me. He doesn't have the fundamental skill. Like if he was on a more disciplined defense, he wouldn't be nobody. Like he would have been
Do you
cut.
think Gilmore is washed?
Close to it. The other dude though, I changed my mind, Calvin. They have 2 good defenders. What's the linebacker, the kid they got from LSU 2 years ago, the one that had like that heart shit, Cam Jones? What? Hang on, I wrote it down. Damian Clark. Like that dude can tackle, son. He had like he can. Like this dude is crazy good. He's like the perfect person playing next to Michael Parsons. So like I think he's good, but I don't think that defense is good enough even to stop.
What's his name from Boise State? Linebacker.
Van Der Esch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's garbage too. You talking about Brian Bosworth 2.0? But I also like I think Brian Daboll is a really good coach. So I don't think what the Giants did last year was necessarily a fluke.
Better coach than McCarthy any day.
Jake B on YouTube says Hollywood or Thielen. Can I
Really?
choose neither?
I don't like either, Jeff.
I mean, if I
Yeah, who's your plan?
have to, I'm taking Thielen, but
That's like saying, do you want
I think
COVID
the
or
better-
pneumonia?
Jesus.
You get the veteran receiver with the rookie quarterback. I think that you might turn to him in trouble. But yeah, Hollywood.
neither of those plays
No,
excite
but
me.
I'm going Hollywood, bro. Nick said this to me like 50 times this week. He's like, somebody has to get the ball.
Yeah, James Conner.
And I trust Hollywood to get open more than I trust Thielen to get open.
But Washington's defense isn't bad.
No, it's
And-
really good.
and I think
But
it could be even better against this shitty offense. So I wouldn't play any Cardinal except maybe James Conner. Yeah.
I'm personally I'm going neither. I might hit the waiver wire and try to find an exciting play that makes me feel better. But
A higher upside play.
but between the two, I'm going Thielen. Zach goes Hollywood, and I think James agreed with me.
I would personally probably go Thielen.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that goes into our next game that we have. Arizona Cardinals versus Washington Commanders.
Can
Fuck Arizona. I'm only playing James Conner.
Can I start everybody on Washington?
I'm definitely starting Brian Robinson on Washington.
Oh, 100%.
well, somebody's going off on that team.
100 yards.
I think it's very unlikely that it's a receiver and a running back.
My sleep.
But on
It's
the
either
plus
Johnson
side,
or-
considering Sam Howell's the quarterback and then Jahan Dotson can probably go off today, I think your passing game has more potential to go off than the running game.
I don't trust Sam Howell yet. I want to see something from Howell.
Trust Jahan
Me neither,
Dotson.
but-
Trust Jahan Dotson. That's who I trust.
I love Jahan.
Love Jahan Dotson.
Something like that.
No. Y'all
That's
getting
what I'm
the
trusting.
names- We're getting the names all wrong. I like Scary Terry, even though he has
You-
turf toe, but
Oh, here we go. Hang on. Do
Terry
it.
Samuel. But I'm gonna roll with my boy that I've been rolling. Logan Thomas, if healthy, is gonna he's gonna do something.
Yeah.
And I only say
Yeah, put
this.
your L up for Logan.
I only say this because
Alpha
Eric
Logan.
Bieniemy is there, and he loves using his tight ends. And I watched way too many preseason and practices of the Washington Commanders just to prove this point. He loves doing that little side throw that Mahomes would do to Kelsey to Logan Thomas. Now, I'm not saying don't go get Logan Thomas. He's gonna be healthy for like up to week 5. I say about week 1 and 2 he'll be good, and then you might want to grenade him off to somebody in a trade or something. But I think he's gonna be good today. That's my sleep.
The betting on this, my advice is don't bet on Cardinals Commanders. The Commanders are 7-point favorites. If you're taking that, this is one of those dumbass week 1 games where like the Cardinals might pull out of their ass, and then the Cardinals, and it might be like one of their last wins of the season. Like
Yeah.
that this one just has the makings of that. So don't even tease it. Don't bet on this. Just don't bet on it. There's other games.
Yeah, I would hate to have to watch this one today.
I might watch it because
Yeah.
like it's kind of fun watching like the kid who like talks.
There's
a lot
too
of
many
shit,
other good games
get
to
beat
watch
the fuck
today.
down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, at least there's no rain in this game.
This is like your six. If you have 6 TVs, this is what you put that.
This
on.
is if I see this on whenever we're watching football today, I'm gonna kind of be upset.
I'm gonna check the Astro score.
We'll move on to an AFC South division game. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. Indoors, we ain't got to worry about no rain. Just rookie versus sunshine.
sunshine.
We
I would say take any Jacksonville receiver not lined up in the slot today. Kenny Moore can cover, and their linebackers in Indy are good. So any receiver that's playing for Jacksonville on the outside is going to eat today.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you guys an Anthony Richardson fan?
I believe Anthony Richardson to be the most polarizing player in fantasy football this week. He's either going to lose a shit ton of people some games, or he's going to win a bunch of people some games, and those people are going to be Cowboy fan annoying. So like he has like a lot of leagues up in flux this week.
Because he was the guy that a lot of fantasy gurus were saying to go and get in fantasy football. They were saying he was the Rajon Rondo of fantasy football, the guy that can do multiple things and get you multiple points in different ways, running, throwing, everything. So it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of people that went and got him in there as their starting quarterback. And
That's crazy, bro. I have friends who I know football, like they're like college football players, and they swear by Anthony Richardson, like, oh, he's my starter this week. And I was like, all right, bro, that shit don't make no sense to me, but whatever. So I'd like to see what he does.
I agree with what Zach said. It's boom or bust for Anthony Richardson. It's gonna be a lot of points, or it's
Right,
not
some
gonna be any
people-
points.
Yeah, some people talk about him like rookie Cam Newton, and other people talk about him like Jamarcus Russell. It's like this huge variance. I honestly think it could just be somewhere in between. It might just be an average, mediocre week 1 performance.
Very well could be.
as
Very well
well.
could be.
I think in the long run he'll be fine. But on this day, I don't think he's gonna do much of shit.
I wouldn't play him today.
Nope.
it's brave to play him game one. As a
So brave.
NFL, you're
Is
going
it?
up against the best team in the AFC South. And it's like, all right, we got a question from YouTube. Devin Rogers, what's up, guys? Khalil Herbert or Jacoby Myers at flex today?
Was good, Devin. That's a tough question. Is it though? Shit.
I know
All right.
I'm going.
I'm assuming this is a
think-
PPR, just so we're clarifying. Go ahead.
Not to gas up the Packers, but I think they could contain Khalil Herbert today.
In the past, no. In the past, running backs against the Packers were a pretty safe play. But yeah, I like the Packers defense. I don't love Jacoby Myers. I just don't.
That's
And-
the thing, is I would pick another player against Denver today, but I don't know if I would pick Jacoby Myers.
I think Herbert still has a little more play here than Myers.
This is another one of those
I don't
ones
love
where
it.
I'm like, can I pick neither if I like want to? I mean, if you
no, but
if you
they would come here.
I mean, fair. If you have to play one, I'm probably, man, this is tough. I might personally play Jacoby Myers, but I'm more of like I'll take 0 points if my guy does nothing, or I'll take 17 if he blows up and gets a touchdown.
Oh, I'm personally going Jacoby Myers, no doubt.
Well, if the Packers are going to spy Justin Fields and try to take his running game away, I could see Khalil Herbert actually being more of an impact in the short pass.
I can see it.
True. But then also, don't forget Deontay Foreman.
I was
on that
gonna
team now.
say, dude, people have not been talking about
I like
Deontay
Deontay
Foreman, and it's crazy to me. It is wild.
And he's probably more of the red zone play,
Dude,
too.
he's going to be the red zone play, not only, but he's also being drafted, or he was being drafted, I should say, ADP like 127, which is just crazy to me. But that's neither here nor there.
I need Khalil Herbert to go off. All right, so no.
All right, because Nick needs him, we're going
No,
Khalil.
You guys can go clear.
my
I'm going
biggest-
Jacoby Myers.
The reason why I don't want to go with Jacoby Myers is because who's his quarterback is, and I have zero faith in Jimmy.
What's wrong with porn star sleeper?
Like I said, I have zero faith in Jimmy. I can't throw a football, Garoppolo. All right.
You throwing something, dog. Go ahead.
When they did that stupid hype video of him at Raiders Stadium, he's like, "This
Yeah.
is what a real franchise is." I'm like, bro, you were with freaking one of the best coaches, and you were in the 49ers organization, which is a legit organization. You're over here acting like you went like and upgraded to the Raiders. No,
Fuck the Niners. Anyways.
all right, we got another question. Lex plant some trees. Bateman or Rashad White in PPR.
I'm personally going Rashad White. We already went over this.
It's
For
crazy.
me.
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, the checkdowns are going to be there. I think that's 100% certainty. But I think Rashad White's probably going to be able to bounce one to the outside a couple times and get a good chunk of yards. So Rashad White that's my play. I'm staying away from Bateman this week.
I don't like Bateman.
I agree with that.
I don't like Bateman because of what Zach said in the game. There's too many weapons over there. I don't know who's going to blow up and who's not going to blow up.
There's somebody that's very
Not only that, he's
likely to
playing-
blow up over there, but
So you got to think about it too. Like the strength of the Texans defense is our secondary.
Yeah.
So we're not worried. Like as Texans fans, we're not worried about them passing the ball on us. We're worried about them running the ball. So I wouldn't take Bateman either. I go Rashad White.
I didn't take his hand likely if I could, but go ahead.
Go for it, bro. Go for it. You got 92 teams.
I have 37, thank you.
That's too fucking.
It was 58 last year, okay? So I've subtracted 21 leagues.
Ravens production says Stevenson or Higgins at flex for PPR.
Man, I'll tell
I
you
think
what.
I'm personally gonna go Stevenson.
I think I agree with Caleb here because a lot of people are overreacting to this Ezekiel Elliott news, but Ramondre Stevenson is still a really, really good running back.
Ramondre Stevenson finished with over 1,000 yards rushing last year. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott coming in is going to do much of anything except snake some of his touchdowns in the red zone.
I think the goal line work is going to go to Zeke, but then again, Ramondre Stevenson is also somebody who broke a lot of tackles last year. If I'm not mistaken, he had the most, I want to say it's the most broken tackles last year and most yards after contact last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if the game plan is to have Zeke work the goal line, but I don't know if Ramondre Stevenson will go down before the goal line.
What?
But they're playing the Eagles front seven.
That's the only problem.
That's where.
Yeah.
And Ramondre's got the flu. So
Well, this could be his MJ
He's-
breakout game. Like,
Yeah, he's still playing today, they said.
yeah, but that just means he's gonna play. But you'll probably see Zeke more today than you will at any other point of the season. To James's point, it's like let the Eagles beat up on Zeke,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of talked
and
about
that's hard for me to say because I pick Ramondre. I'm playing Ramondre against you, Calvin. So
I think any other week, I'm probably playing Ramondre, and I still might play Ramondre, honestly. But I'm gonna go with Higgins between the two.
T. Higgins going to be mad he didn't get his contract. He's going to blow up there.
He got a year to prove it.
Lex plant some trees said Bateman, Judy, if he plays, are my boy Charbonnet
Charbonnet.
and PPR.
Oh, fuck. I really want Charbonnet to be the number one over there.
Not gonna happen, Kane. That's too good.
I haven't seen them play enough to know how they're gonna use him. Like I know the dude can play, but I have to see them play a couple games to understand like what they, or at least get an idea what they might try to do. I go Bateman.
You know what I want to know?
Judy's not playing.
I want to know why the fuck Pete Carroll keeps fucking us up in these fantasy situations with his running backs. Like, just give me a
Because he hates
consistent
fantasy
running back,
football.
dog. I know he does, and it pisses me off because it's so fun to play. But he has a good running back situation, and then he fucks it up, and then he has a good running back situation, and then he fucks it up again. I don't know.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, if Jerry Jeudy plays, I'm playing Jerry Jeudy. If he doesn't play, then I'm probably gonna go Bateman.
If Jared Judy doesn't play, and I hope he doesn't, my sleeper will go off. So
Even if Jerry Jeudy plays, I'm not playing.
Oh, who's your sleeper, Nick?
Oh, I know.
my picks, I'll go with mine. That's fine. So I told y'all my sleeper is Logan Thomas, but my buy-in is Marvin Mims. I think he's going to show up this game. And then my bust is, of course, Caleb's boy Najee Harris. I think this dude's going to be a scarecrow again and trash it out. I'm not a Najee Harris fan, if y'all can see.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah. I literally have Pittsburgh's backup in, I think, every league. Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Warren is a solid pick. That is true.
Jalen Warren is good.
All right, what we got next?
We got Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Rookie versus rookie. Bryce Young, Bijan Robinson.
Everybody is super hyped on Bijan, and I really want him to do good, but I don't know how amazing he's going to be.
I'll tell you.
But
how
I mean,
amazing
if I drafted him, I have to play.
he is going to be electric. I think honestly, from week one, I mean, last year Atlanta ran the football more than anybody else in the league. With just that stat alone, and besides the fact that Bijan is as electric as he is, that offensive line is made to run the ball. They've been investing in it for years to run the ball. That also being said, Bijan looked electric in preseason, and I know that doesn't necessarily matter as much, but Bijan is a generational talent at the running back position. I think Bijan's going to be RB1 by the end of the year.
Drake London, overrated or underrated?
He's properly rated.
I agree, 100%.
Like, no, that's my thing. Is like it depends on what you like. Because if you ask different people, like I think he's like, what's his ceiling? Mike Evans, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bijan's gonna open Drake up. I really do.
We got to talk about this quick. Hang on.
I personally am playing Drake London because I have him in a few leagues.
I have Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Kenneth Walker. Should I try to package one of them to upgrade over CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper at wide receiver? Who the fuck are you playing with? Is this a 10-man league, an 8-man league?
I keep that.
I'm staying with that, dude. There's not many that you can
never
upgrade
have
over
too many-
CeeDee Lamb, just so we're clear.
You can never have too many good running backs. Even though Kenneth Walker's by committee, like that's the one that if you could trade for something valuable, I get rid of Kenneth Walker. But yeah, geez,
You have CMC and Barkley. That's like two good anchors right there. And then CD and Amari, which it's funny that they used to play together, are two really good anchors. So yeah, I'd trade Kenneth Walker if I had to.
Mike, if you can, go to Twitter or X or whatever you call it, tweet me that team and tweet me the league. I want to know how many teams are in that league because that's an impressive-ass team. That's got to be a 6 or an 8. If that's a 12, you already won. Congratulations.
I mean, that's the thing. Like in our league, we had the two keepers. I kept McCaffrey and Saquon. So from there, maybe you just drafted CD first and then got Cooper.
Joshua Grayson on YouTube. What's the weather like at stadiums? Passing game going to be effective? Good thing. Affected. Good thing we have Brokeman weather services down at the bottom of the screen here. He can fill us in all of our weather needs.
So looking at it right now, we'll go through the games again. But Houston, Baltimore, light rain. We got 49ers, Steelers, light rain in Pittsburgh. Cincinnati, Cleveland, light rain in Cleveland. I guess everybody's getting some rain today. Vikings, you don't have to worry about that game because they're indoors. The other games that are outdoors, though, let's see. Luckily, we got a lot of them. Eagles and New England, moderate rain, so expect a few more rain showers throughout the day. So that one could be one that's affected for sure. Green Bay and Chicago, clear skies, beautiful day for some football. So we don't have to worry about that. Vegas versus Denver, light rain. Rams versus Seattle, overcast in Seattle, so I would not be expecting to get some rain because it always rains over there.
True.
Dallas versus New York, overcast in New York. Don't expect much. And then Monday, Buffalo and Jets, light rain.
So it sounds like the only game, I mean, light rain could affect the passing game, but the only game I would expect it to be affecting is Philly versus New England.
Yeah, that's the one that seems to be more rain coming in further than anything else. Ravens production says Bears or Packers.
Are we talking
Yes,
gambling?
If we're talking, I'm assuming this is a gambling thing. So me and James kind of shine here. The Bears are still favored by 1.5 points, right?
Yeah, so that really hasn't moved much. Let's see what it is this morning. So this morning it's -1. So the Bears have been at -1 or -1.5 basically for the last 2 weeks. It opened up at like 2.5. A lot of people were playing the Packers. Watson being out moved the action a little bit. It worries me a bit if you have the Packers. I had the Packers in a bunch of action before the news of Watson, which is dumb. Why did you wait for the injury report? But Watson or not, I like this Packers defense against Love. I like this Packers defense against Fields, and I like the options that Love has to go to. I think we're going to see more of LaFleur's Tennessee style of offense this year, with using Dillon and using Aaron Jones more, using the tight ends, the 2 rookie tight ends more, where Watson would be very useful. But, I mean, they have Heath. Heath had a great preseason, made the roster undrafted, and then Jaden Reed as well. So anyway, that being said, it's a little concerning, but like if my gut still says, and this is bias aside, I'd rather take the Packers. And if you're going to take a +1, just take the money line. Just take the Packers to win.
James, where the fuck do you get a Whataburger hat?
I grew up in Texas, so you got to represent the brand.
James been all over America.
It was a birthday present. I don't know where you get one. I didn't work there.
I'm going Packers as well, +1 or money line at that point.
Well, I told Nick that my biggest IDP bust of the week was Tremaine Edmonds because I think he sucks. And he was highly overpaid. So I have a strong feeling that the Packers running backs are going to eat today.
Well, we're
And
at
make
it.
Jordan look
Those
make
graphics.
Jordan Love look
I got
better than he really is. So I'll take the Packers for the dub today.
Zach, go ahead.
Zach,
I got Christian Harris as my sleeper because Baltimore runs the shit out of the ball, and that's not a homer move. It's just because our weak side linebacker always eats in those kind of situations, and the dude's super good and he's super fast. So I think Christian Harris is a sleeper pick. Zaire Franklin, he kind of showed up last year out of nowhere when they were hurt, and I think that they're reluctant to sit him. And the dude's just a tackling machine. And my bust is Tremaine Edmonds. You sucked in Buffalo, you're going to suck in Chicago. I'm glad you got their money. But Packers are going to eat you up today.
Can't be mad at a guy getting paid.
Not my team either, but I'm
100%.
just saying you suck.
100%. Fair enough.
all right.
What do we got next?
We have the Tennessee Titans versus the New Orleans Saints.
Fuck the Titans. I mean, if you fucking drafted Derrick Henry, I guess put him in. But
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I mean, I know that, but I'm saying like if you took him, you usually took him in the first or second round. So you kind of
People that took him probably legit liked him and think very highly of him. So you kind of have to play him. I feel in some people's cases is what I'm saying, because
people who don't pay attention to football, they're gonna play.
well, I know people that think Derrick Henry is still one of the top 2 running backs in the league right now.
Yeah, I said he was made of glass the other day, and somebody got mad at me.
But what I'm saying is, if people's logic of their drafting when you drafted Derrick Henry, 1, you already messed up because you thought about drafting him. But 2, you got him, so then you probably went and got a running back later on down the road because you went and filled in your other spots. So you're kind of stuck with him. Like that's if you if you drafted Jonathan Taylor, you knew, he's not playing the first 4 games, so I can go and get another running back to back him up. But most people didn't think that way with Derrick Henry.
Let me.
As much as
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, let me ask you this, and Zach, I actually value your opinion most on this. Are you playing Derrick Henry versus the Saints in fantasy, or are you playing Kenneth Walker versus the Rams in fantasy? Between the two.
Kenneth Walker, anybody versus the Rams.
Okay, let me change it. Alexander Madison versus the Bucks, or Derrick Henry versus the Saints?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
And see, that's where the
I'm gonna
problem
go-
lies, right there.
Well, let me tell you why I play Madison. Is I freaking hate telling you that you might be right about something, but I was not high on Brian Brzee at all.
Sure.
Out of Clemson, and you were for some reason. And I'm not saying he's good. I'm saying he looks good in preseason. Like, he clogs the middle. He hurt my left guard for the year. You throw Demario Davis and Pete Warner on that team, like, it's hard to run on the Saints. That defense is really good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reluctant to play Derrick Henry against any running back against that team.
I'm a person, and I'm not saying that everybody drafts the same way, but I definitely pick depth at the running back position even before I usually fill out most of my other roster spots. Just because if you lose a running back, A, for the year, or B, you have 2 bad matchups, you're going to lose that week most likely.
Yes, Calvin, but you are smart at drafting. There's people that aren't that. There's people that this guy said he got CMC and Barkley on the same damn team. So clearly, there's people that don't know how to draft. And
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying, though, is that there are a lot of people out there that also draft running back depth. And I hate when people play, especially because they're like some of their running backs are still out there. Brian Robinson is available in so many leagues, and I'm playing the hell out of Brian Robinson against the Cardinals before I'm playing Derrick Henry against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
oh no,
If you want a sleeper in this game, though, get Nick's buddy Okinawa, because somebody's gonna get loose.
Somebody
And
has
I think
to.
it's gonna be him.
Okinawa.
Yes.
my boy Okinawa from Japan.
I'm not starting Derrick Henry. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, I didn't even draft the dude, but as you were reading the guy in our fantasy football thing, he has Derrick Henry, Alexander Madison, and then his backup is Gibson from Washington. I'd rather take my chance with Henry than Gibson.
No.
That's probably not going to even get anything out of anything.
Zach made the truest statement earlier that Brian Robinson is one of the only 3-down backs in the league. However, Eric Bieniemy loves to rotate running backs. He did it in Kansas City. Antonio Gibson is going to get some play today, and he's going to catch some balls.
But you're not taking your number 2 pick out for this dude. Like
Personally, if you want to win, you are. I mean, I don't think I'm crazy for this. I don't play Derrick Henry against the Saints. And by the way,
for this
next week, if he blows up, I'll come on here and eat crow. I'm not afraid to do that.
I didn't pick him, so I don't really give a shit. I knew he was going to suck.
But our job here is to inform people about the right fantasy football plays.
Yes.
So if Antonio Gibson's on the waiver, get him.
Nick is correct in saying that, like, you have so much value invested in drafting Derrick Henry at that spot, you have to play him.
So you're saying right now, if I'm an NFL GM and I take somebody with my first round pick, but he's absolute ass, but I got a 7th rounder at the same position who is a dog, I should be playing the first rounder.
I wouldn't have.
You have to play the first rounder at least once to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he can't be ass.
We
if
get
he's
to
a
practice,
first rounder.
ass. Not
It doesn't
even
matter.
on the same
You
level.
still have to let him play a full game
I'm
at
playing
least
this.
once.
I mean, I don't know. I like to win. I'd like to think I'm playing.
You got to put him in a game at least once to see what the fuck
I wouldn't
he
have picked him. So that's the thing.
You're right, Nick.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. I didn't pick him either because I stayed away from him.
Like most of my
I'm with Zach here. I don't mind the Titans. I actually like, in my picks I did for the video this week, I like the Titans in this game. That being said, I don't love Derrick Henry at this point of his career, but I think the Titans are a little bit slept on just because of how many injuries they had last year. Their defense is better than people think. I think Vrabel's a good coach. All that being said, I'd take the Titans +3. It's one of my favorite plays of the week.
What?
But if you have Derrick Henry, if you have Derrick Henry, you got to play him. I mean, unless you like got him in the 3rd or 4th round in a league that really puts the effort in, then maybe you can make the case. You have to have a pretty convincing backup over Derrick Henry.
Real quick.
You don't like the Titans today, Zach?
I don't like anything about that, and I'm not even being a homer. Like, I just don't like that team. I don't like how it's put together. I think they have the dumbest offensive coordinator in the world. Tim Kelly is an idiot, bro. You are an idiot. I just don't like how he runs plays. I don't think that defense is very good. Like, aside from Jonathan Simmons, I think that D line is weak. I like Danico Autry, but I don't think that defense is good. I'd say this. We were not very good being the Texans for the past couple years. We never were scared to play out because we knew that was the game we were going to get points.
So, real quick, because we got some comments that we want to get to. The only other point I have against Derrick Henry and why I'm not playing him, that Titans secondary is not very good. And Chris Olave.
Well, they got Sean Murphy Bunny.
Yeah, okay. They got one guy. But Chris Olave or Slang God or Juwan Johnson, somebody's going to eat. This is going to turn into a high-scoring game for the Saints. You don't run the ball when you're down by a lot of points.
all right. Well, we gave the Titans way more time than we needed to on this. All right, let's get back to the question. Brendan Dye says, would you trade Raheem Morstead and Marvin Mims for Jared Judy?
Negative, squirrel.
This is a hard question because you need to know what the rest of your team looks like. Like, do you have more depth at running back? But personally,
I would.
I would take that trade. I would take that trade.
I think Marvin Mims.
If you're getting a 2-for-1, I want to be blown away by the one you're getting back. I don't know if
Yeah,
Jerry
I'm not.
Jeudy-
He's not much better, but he is better.
I like Raheem Mostert playing under Mike McDaniels. Like he's perfect for that system. He ate last year under Mike, so I think Mostert is worth keeping to me.
Marvin Mims is one of my sleepers. He went to go get him in the draft. Sean Payton said, "We're going to utilize him, so I'm gonna trust you, Sean."
I'll wait till after week 1 to make trades.
100%.
Then people overreact. They overreact to their underperformers. And
They do, and then they trade Derrick Henry for AJ Dillon. So
That was funny.
Yeah. All right. Connor says pick 2 full PPR: Drake London, Sutton, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. I have Bijan Robinson as well.
okay, I'm assuming that we're picking 2 without Bijan because Bijan's the obvious play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sutton and Dotson.
Right, but the context.
I think
because
I'm gonna go Drake
do you
London
want
and Dotson.
Falcons?
I don't.
I would be a little bit reluctant to put that much faith in Desmond Ritter to control 2 of my players.
Yeah,
And, yeah,
I'm staying away from 2 Falcons this week. I mean, if I have Drake London and I don't have Bijan, then I'll play him just because he's probably a good third option. Yeah, I'm probably going Scary Terry and Sutton, honestly.
I'm not playing 2 commanders
Yeah.
either.
I mean, they should eat, theoretically speaking. So you could play Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. It all depends on how Sam Howell is as a quarterback.
I'm
Like,
going
McLaurin
Sutton and
London
Dotson.
feel good about.
Over
You
Scary.
have 3 different.
You don't know what it's.
You know,
gonna do today.
honestly, Connor, what I think you should get from what we all just said, which was all different picks, is that everybody on this
Dotson is solid.
I think everybody on this little 4 sheet you got here is probably a safe play. I don't think there's a single person on here that we're like, I wouldn't play them.
But don't double up. Don't double commanders. Don't
I
double
agree.
Falcons.
I have Dotson and Scary Terry in 2 different leagues, and I just don't trust that turf toe foot. So I would go Dotson if I could. Hey, bro, after the league, I don't trust turf toe.
Yep.
And Sutton's gonna probably be your number 1 in target shares over there today.
Probably.
All right. Brendan goes, is Waller playing too? Yes, he was a game time decision as of last night. They did say he's playing though. It's a risk because if something happens, they have a late game, 7:20, so you may be without a tight end, but it's a risk you're willing to take. Then I'm taking the risk if he's
too.
playing, but yeah, you don't know. So good luck.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned Jake Ferguson before? Because that's a guy you could pick up and keep just in case Waller's a late scratch. You could throw in Jake
That is
Ferguson.
true.
Waller's supposed to pick up Jake
Oh.
Ferguson. That was what I was going to say.
That is that's a very safe one. You can at least get some points is better than a big fat 0. So
This is true.
I learned that the hard way last year. Thank you, Herbert and Lamar. All right, Ryan says Rashad White or D Hop half PPR.
Well, it's a Titans explosive offense, and because I have so much money on the Titans today, I'm gonna go D-Hop.
Really?
I'm going Rashad White.
Take that away.
I'm going Rashad
I'm
White.
going Rashad White.
I'm with. I think he's gonna do really well today.
I'm gonna die on Titans
Yeah,
Island.
you're dying on that hill alone.
This guy came to my door and offered me all this stock in the Titans. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm sold. I'll buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, as long as you could sell that stock off to a Titans fan really quick, because they'll buy it, even in a plunge, because they're dumb. So
All right, Rendon said that for whenever he talked about Raheem Mostert and Marvin Mims, he says my running backs are CMC, Pollard, James Cook, and Miles Sanders.
Make the trade. Because Raheem Mostert's not seeing the field with those guys on your team. There's just no way. And if you're weak at wide receiver, which I'm assuming you are, I'm making the trade.
Probably keep him over James Cook. But
Yeah, I would keep. Yeah.
I'm not even a Miles Sanders fan either, but I trust him more than James Cook.
Okay.
Either way, you got CMC and Pollard, so you should be fine.
Miles Sanders is going to eat this year, but just for clear.
Good running back group.
All right. Darius says Dalvin Cook or Herbert for RB2.
Dalvin Cook.
Mm,
Dalvin
yeah,
Cook,
Dalvin
1000%.
Cook. We talked about Herbert's risk.
I want my boy Khalil to do good, but I'm going with Cook on this. He's going to take majority of those snaps.
Yeah.
Oh, and is Nico Collins worth starting in the flex?
Boy, oh boy, I'm ready
I
to see the
think if
bias
you're-
come out.
I think if you're down really bad at wide receiver, like I am in a couple leagues, you could probably put him in and he'll somewhat carry you, I think, but he's not my first option.
Yeah.
I'll say
Can I
this:
jump in?
the Texans are going to pass the ball a lot today. I think, especially in the second half, because I think we'll just be down by so much we have to, and he's going to get a lot of snaps. So I mean, it's a gamble, but I think I would take it.
What about Dalton Schultz? How would you feel about him?
I mean, it's the same boat.
Right.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you watch all the Texans preseason games, they barely ran any plays other than like a high school playbook. So we really have no clue on what they're gonna try to do today. To be honest,
I like Dalton Schultz more than Nico Collins. That's just me.
I mean, he is their number one receiver over there. So if that matters for you in fantasy, then take it with a grain of salt. Swire goes.
I'm gonna say no to
Juju.
the question. Just real quick. Yeah.
Juju, Rondell Moore, or Javante PPR.
Juju's knee is busted. He's not admitting that shit yet.
I'm going Rondell Moore.
I was gonna say Rondell Moore because Javante Williams is supposed to be on a snap count, so I am gonna go Rondell Moore.
Just
I
to
ain't
be
got none of that.
Damn, that sucks because I got Juju on my team.
Yeah,
That fool's knee's busted. He won't admit it, but it is.
they talked about it on NFL Network. They were like, yeah, it's just any moment now before that knee blows up. I was like, I don't like knee and blow up in the same conversation at all. It's yeah. Travis Unlimited says Deontay Johnson or Scary Terry. Will Terry's turf toe keep him off the field? So he's
Scary Terry.
He's expected to play. He is expected to play.
I'll say this: Deontay Johnson has the 5th most targets since he came in the league.
True.
And I know San Francisco's defense is good, but I just have an issue asking somebody to run a route with a hurt foot. Like, you can't be the same person. So I'm going to take Deontay against San Francisco.
It was my bus, so I can't unbust it. So I got Terry.
Yeah. I'm with James on this one.
I want to go Scary Terry because I don't like Deontay at all. But I'll go Scary Terry. I'll ride with you, James. I think your bust is going to be a bust. It's that defense. I'll trust the toe. I'll trust Scary Terry's toe versus the field over Deontay versus San Francisco's defense. There we go.
You know what, Nick? I'll throw in 50 in my tight end stock too.
Oh, none of that. Hey. Joshua goes DJ Moore, Ayuk, Brandon Cooks, Michael Thomas, Zay Flowers, or OBJ.
What the?
Brandon
how many
Ayuk.
receivers do you have? God damn.
Yeah, for real.
DJ Moore.
Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk.
Zay
Brandon
Flowers.
Ayuk.
I thought we were just talking.
DJ Moore looked good in the preseason, bro. I know he's playing the Packers today, and I know you're not going to agree.
No,
with
I
me,
know.
but
Listen,
still-
you're not going to
I
find
still
somebody who
think he's
believes more
gonna
in DJ
cook.
more than me. But Brandon Ayuk is going to eat this year.
Well, if we give DJ Moore the week 1 coverage they did to Justin Jefferson last year, then I'd take DJ.
Yeah.
But if they're putting Jair on him, then yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they're putting Jair on him, then I'd stay away from DJ Moore. But that's a lot of wide receiver options there. Michael Thomas is a guy everyone's off on. I would wait a few weeks just to see if he has anything left before taking that risk. And then Zay Flowers, too, rookie receiver, maybe could become the number 1 option. But
knowing Michael Thomas, you'll wait a couple weeks to pick him, and then on the 3rd week he's going to get hurt. That's bad stock play right there, James.
Yep. This is why you have stock in the Titans.
If Ayuk, you play Ayuk. It's my opinion.
I hate DJ Moore. That will be a player I'll forever hate, so I'm not going to ever pick him. I will pick him over DeAndre, though.
That's bad business.
That question. Okay. But yeah, I'm going with Ayuk.
Love to hear it. Tweet us the team, Joshua.
Yeah, apparently there's a bunch of receivers and 2 stud running backs. So.
Tweet us the team on X at SLG Network.
We got
Is it still called
Tange,
teaching on there?
Rashad White, or Mike Evans at the flex, half PPR.
Rashad White. I think they're going to be relying on. When it comes to that game, the Bucks are going to be so reliant on Rashad White to get those other guys open. I really feel that way. But that's not to say
Fuck it.
Mike Evans won't get you 90 yards and a touchdown.
So-
I just think Rashad White.
Zach, I'm 100% in agreement with you because that was my sleeper for the week was Rashad White. But I feel like both of these are okay plays. Honestly, I don't think you're gonna have a bad play from either of them. But I mean, I think there's more boom or bust potential with Rashad White. So more boom potential.
I
not
just
bust.
always feel like there's a too close to average ceiling for anything Mike Evans does.
I mean, Mike Evans can go for 7 catches for 202 touchdowns, or he'll get 1 catch for 13 yards.
Negative. Mike Evans is not giving you 200.
He could.
Let's be realistic.
Pretty sure he had a game like it last year.
I
I
could,
can even see Evans with like 85 yards.
He did that. He would do.
That's
he was,
more
yeah, he used to
realistic.
do shit like that with fucking with Winston
Jameis
throwing
Winston?
him the ball. Yeah,
Right. So he had a
Yeah.
blind quarterback then. He got a bad quarterback now. I feel like he'll be okay.
but he ain't giving you 200.
Good.
He's too lazy
Nah.
to give you 200.
He wants a contract.
No, he's gonna get traded. I'll call that right now. Is Mike Evans does not finish his season on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
probably
then,
right.
yeah, then I'm storing Mike Evans. Well, I'm keeping him on my bench until he gets traded. Then.
I just want to say it's what 9 a.m. Central. Everyone
Mhm.
can use some coffee. So just scan the code. Make sure you scan the monkey code.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
Buy some coffee.
go buy some coffee.
Use the
Alright.
Bayou 10
Don't
code.
use it.
Get 10% at checkout.
Who is a better star?
Fire move or Dolchich?
Pat Freiermuth.
I like Pat. Yeah.
Even though they drafted a tight end.
Yep.
And Darnell, I like Darnell
I
Washington.
love Darnell Washington. I wanted the Packers to get Darnell Washington.
It's
Massive individual, but I'm taking Pat Freiermuth.
I think he's gonna start more in the blocking role.
Zach
play
might
action kind of tight.
Zach might disagree with me, but if you can get Isaiah Likely on the waivers, go pick him up and play him instead. Because
No, sir. I did not say I didn't like Isaiah Likely. The conversation was at that time Jawan Johnson or Isaiah
Sure.
Likely.
So okay, let me ask you this then, Zach: Freiermuth, Dolchich, or Isaiah Likely?
Fire move.
I agree with you, honestly, but I think there's more boom or bust potential in Isaiah Likely. And I'm a gambler, so
All right. Ravens production.
The gambler?
My running back depth is Henry, Aaron Jones, Javante, and Etienne. Do I start Henry?
Without the comma, it's like Henry Aaron Jones. Sounds like a president.
I might get killed for this on here, but I'm not starting Derrick Henry. I'm starting Aaron Jones and Travis Etienne.
No, I was about to say I'm starting Aaron Jones also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing Aaron
1000%.
Jones at 1,000.
Well, I'm doing Jones and Henry, unless he's saying he's only starting one of
Dude,
these.
we get it. You bought the hype of the Titans. Calm down.
All right, take the Packers jersey off. I guarantee you there's a Titans tattoo underneath there or something.
Well, he looked like Mike Vrabel. He was very convincing. They talked to me about these Oiler jerseys they're wearing.
Hey. Hey.
I'm going Aaron Jones and Travis Etienne. That's my opinion. Then I also don't think the Colts are going to do very well against the run this year. So, Travis,
I'm going Aaron Jones and Henry.
fair
Well,
enough.
we're done with these comments, Caleb. I'll throw your graphic up for yours.
Okay.
All in one show is Jamal Williams a start over Javante. I like Javante
Yes.
more, but coming from an injury, I have some questions for today.
Yeah, I'm going Jamal Williams over Devontae for sure.
100%.
Let's show.
If the Saints get down to the goal line, Jamal Williams is guaranteed the person getting the ball. I'm taking Jamal Williams.
He's already.
Even though he's like a rugged, scrappy tight end D, I'll go Jamal.
This guy.
Mo Diesel says, I lost Cooper Cup, Watson, and Andrews.
Oh,
Do you have
Boy,
any-
do I ever have a play for you. At tight end, Isaiah Likely and my boy that Caleb will agree with, Luke Musgrave. Those are two tight ends that if they're available, you should definitely pick up and play.
go pick up Puka Nakua.
You know what?
That's kind of
Is Jaden Reed a bad? I mean, that's also could be biased here,
Yeah.
Calvin. But would you start Jaden Reed in this situation?
Is Dobbs playing?
Taking it
Dobbs is
Or is he
playing
still
today,
hit?
so I personally wouldn't.
Hmm.
But Jaden Reed is a boomer bust. Like he's either gonna have nothing or he's gonna have like 2 catches for like 70 yards and a touchdown.
I mean, you have Jonathan Mingo sitting out there from Carolina. You have Michael Wilson sitting out there from the Cardinals. I know those teams suck, but somebody has to get the ball thrown at him eventually.
This is true.
Even Michael Gallup's available in some leagues.
Brandon Cooks hasn't been brought up today. I suspect he's not a premier receiver, but he's still pretty good.
Telling you, man. Logan Thomas, man. Week 1. I'm not saying week 17 and stuff, but Logan for week 1. Eric Bieniemy is going to throw everything he can. You know why they're going to do good? The Commanders are giving out a sale on their hot dogs today.
What the?
Oh shit!
So, yeah.
You know what, Nick? When they do the game break and they're like, all right, now in the Commanders Cardinals game, Logan Thomas finds Fader. I'm going to throw my L out.
That's the new SLG rule. Anytime you hear Logan Thomas' name, you have to throw your L up.
All right.
Okay, real quick. To answer the other thing on that, there are a couple other plays out there that you could make. If depending on how deep the league is, Alan Lazard with Aaron Rodgers, that consistency is always going to be there. Could play that as an option. He's not going to get you like 100 points by any means, but
Yeah, like
he'll get you
9.
something. And then besides that, Van Jefferson from the Rams, if he's available, pick him up. He's going to get looks today for sure.
And if he's not, like I said, go get Puka Nacua.
I think Puka Nacua is going to be very, very overrated, but that's just me.
He's a slot. He's gonna get touches.
I don't think so. Marvin Mims is a great play too. If Marvin Mims is available, get him. Anyways,
I mean, I shit on Dallas' secondary enough, so if you need somebody today, Jalen Hyatt, if you feel
boy,
nasty.
Jalen Hyatt is a play.
Jalen Hyatt is only in 19% of rosters. Marvin Mims is only in 37% of rosters.
Jalen Hyatt might be he
I
might win
pick
offensive
Hyatt
rookie of
up.
the year.
So I got all of Zach's sleepers. Michael Wilson also on my. All right. Hunter says start Pickens or Dotson in the flex.
Dotson today.
It's Jahan
Dotson today.
Dotson show.
I love Pickens. I love Pickens the rest of the year, but not week 1 against the Niners.
I love Dotson today. I think this dude's
Dotson against Arizona is about to eat.
he gonna break off some tackles, run like put him for like 100 yards.
If Scary Terry don't play today, another name off that team that I encourage people to think about is Diami Brown. Because he's stupid fast, and I have a feeling that Eric Bieniemy might know how to use him.
And they got Curtis Samuel also, even though he can't catch a freaking ball or save his ball.
Yeah.
All right, Joshua says Fields, Tyreek, Derrick Henry, Mixon, Hawkinson, Rashad White, DJ Moore, Kamara, Watson, OBJ, Brandon Cook, Zay Flowers, Jeff Wilson Jr., Ayuk, Michael Thomas, stream kicker, and defense.
It's a solid team.
That's a great on paper.
I don't
yeah.
like Derrick Henry, and I also think Mixon's a bad play today. But
But having Fields, Tyreek, and yeah, those are some high.
Rashad White was a steal in
yeah.
the late rounds. DJ Moore was probably a steal in like the 5th or 6th, in my opinion. Kamara, when he comes back, you'll have Rashad White and Kamara, Mixon and Henry. Like you'll always have a plethora of options. Great team. I give it a B+.
Man, Tyreek, DJ Moore, and Ayuk this week is gonna be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, all in one show. Olave over Godwin today. Have Diggs and Waddle and mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have Diggs, Waddle, and
What the
Olave.
fuck are these leagues?
Diggs, Olave, and Waddle, you about to eat like it's Thanksgiving, son.
Yeah, don't question that. Yeah, those are your
Olave.
Yeah, Olave at 100%. Godwin will probably get some run, and he might even have a good day. But Olave should have like a crazy fucking day. Today.
Somebody on TikTok today was like, "Why is everybody so hyped on Olave? He was mid last year," and I was like, "He's got a better quarterback throwing to him, and he
I
wasn't
don't even think
mid.
he was mid last year. I think he was pretty damn good.
They're
Yeah.
sleeping on that boy Derek, man. Derek is one of my DraftKings FanDuel like quarterbacks. I'm gonna be riding out with if I need a very cheap player because people are
100%.
Does All in One show have any running backs?
Yeah, that's a good question. What are your running backs all in one?
Oh yeah, that's hold on. Yeah, that's a good question.
He's gonna be like, I traded for Christian McCaffrey and all this shit. Watch.
I got McCaffrey. And
No,
Saquon,
he'd be
I
like,
guess.
he could be like, I got Christian McCaffrey and fucking like, I don't even know, man.
Bro,
Christian McCaffrey and Austin
bro.
Eckler.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler.
Derek Carr.
Yeah,
Derek Carr.
He's owned in 54% of leagues.
Derek Carr in DraftKings and FanDuel right now is a cheaper pickup than Brock Purdy, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray, which is injured, and Russell
Whoa!
Wilson, and everybody else.
That dude's he's trolling us.
That
now.
has
He's
to
just
be a
fucking with
troll.
us.
What the fuck?
All right.
Jesus
Oh, yeah, let's
Christ.
go to Brooks first. Brooks 7070 says, who do I start PPR? James Conner, Alexander Madison, or Miles Sanders?
Ooh.
My first
That is-
instinct said Connor
Yeah.
because I figured he'd get a lot of run, but I think they just announced that the Cardinals were sitting Kelvin Beachum, the tackle guard
The
today.
Cardinals are announced they don't give a shit about this.
That's more so how I should have worded that. Yeah, go Alexander Madison.
I don't think it's that quick of an opinion or an option, rather. I mean, I'm going Alexander Madison too, but I do think that Miles Sanders is not getting as much love as he should.
I want to see. I liked Sanders last year with the Eagles, but I want to see what a worse
I-
offensive line will do.
I don't like the Panthers O-line. That's what it is with Miles Sanders for me.
And that's fine.
I saw that O-line. They looked like if they had a bunch of, like, our third stringers on there. And that was their first string.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. Never mind. We'll get there. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. We'll go. I saw it. Next one says, should I start Geno Smith over Josh Allen?
You guys were thinking this is a troll. I don't think this is that crazy of a fucking question.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
Calvin.
I'm being genuine. I don't think it's that crazy. Think about it. Geno's
Well,
playing.
you told me you drank tequila yesterday.
I did.
So I don't.
I
believe
did. However, think about it, right? Zach, would you agree the Jets probably have one of the best defenses in football?
Yes.
Slightly
Okay.
overrated.
Yes, slightly
Maybe
over.
slightly
It's top
overrated.
10, but it's not as good as they think. They don't have star power on that team aside from
Sauce.
Sauce.
I would agree with that. I think their defensive line is incredible, and I think that the one thing that the Buffalo Bills have always kind of lacked on is offensive line talent. This might be a tough game for Josh Allen. I'm not saying that you should 100% play Geno Smith, but to say that it's 100% without question that he outscores Josh Allen is idiocy at its finest.
But
I
the
think
fact
Josh
that-
Allen's the quarterback who you play every week, unless
Yeah.
You
Not only
drafted
that,
Josh
it's
Allen
like-
that high. This is completely going against my Derrick Henry argument. You play him because he is a superstar. The matchups don't really matter as much with the quarterback position when you're drafting either Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, or Josh Allen. Nick, you look like you're having a stroke. I'm
What you have
genuinely
to think
concerned.
about in the traditional football mindset is like, okay, the Jets, they're probably going to always try to dominate the line with their defense.
Yep.
That's what they do. Miami, same thing. New England, same thing. So what did Buffalo do? Oh shit, I don't know how to make my offensive line better. So let's figure out how to get the ball out higher, faster. How do we do that? Draft Dalton Kincaid. Bring Andy Isabella in there.
Right.
You know, hope James Cook can finally catch a ball. I just think that Josh Allen is smart enough in week 1 to get the ball out faster.
And at the very least, if he doesn't have anything to do, that fool's gonna run, and he's gonna
Yes.
get away. He
Yeah.
always fucking does it.
Yeah.
My
I'm
problem.
all for
Sorry, go
streaming
ahead.
defenses and I'm all for streaming defenses and kickers, but I don't stream quarterbacks when
Yeah,
you have
no,
one like
like-
Josh Allen. And the Jets have been getting all the hype in the division. I think for the Bills, this game means more than a normal Week 1 game. I just think you're overthinking if you put it.
I'm not saying play Geno. I'm saying to think that this is an insane question is idiocy. Because Geno's playing against the Rams. It's the Rams.
Well,
Okay.
my grandma told me I was an idiot, so whatever.
Okay.
Fair enough, but it's the
I have
Rams.
Geno as my starting quarterback in the
Yeah.
league, and Anthony Richardson is my backup. That's
Yeah.
where I would be like, okay, yeah, I have to play Geno.
Yeah.
If I had Josh Allen and Geno, I would be like, I have to play Josh Allen.
Right.
I have-
Here's the thing. We don't know this person, right? They might be new to fantasy football. This could be all new to them. They might just be a football head like Zach.
Man,
Maximus? I don't think it's a crazy question.
Even a
I'm
football
playing
head
Josh
like
Allen.
Zach is gonna say Josh Allen.
I
Zach's
think
like, hold up.
Zach would probably
Like,
think
see,
about it.
Zach's
And-
nodding his head.
And I don't
right
even
now.
like Josh Allen. I
You don't
even
like Josh Allen? You don't like
Allen.
Josh Allen?
Him
Zach's nodding
either,
his head
eh?
right
like
now
him.
saying yes, Josh Allen.
Him either.
Sounds like
I'm
Chris
saying
Hill.
play Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's not a crazy question. Go ahead.
Like, if you were to put Geno in, I wouldn't be upset either because they're both going to probably eat today, but you put your first pick on Josh Allen. So just go ride it out,
You
bro.
know what? Fuck it. No, Geno Smith is going to outscore Josh Allen this week.
I have
You're eating crow.
All right.
That's fine. And we're gonna come back next week, and all four of you are gonna fucking say that I was right, you were wrong. If I'm correct.
Josh Allen's going to throw a 70-yarder to Gabe Davis, and then Calvin's
We'll
gonna
see.
write in the group
Josh
chat
Allen's
like,
gonna
"Oh, my
run
bad."
one for 80 yards. That's what
Gino
he's
gonna
I
throw
gotta say
2
my bad for
interceptions
nothing.
today.
I think I'm playing the
Gino
matchup.
gonna throw 2 interceptions now. Thanks, Calvin.
Okay.
Nah, just,
I'm happy about that.
Joshua
Anthony
goes
Richardson
D Hop
over to them.
or Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Ready for it? Go ahead. You can say it.
I can't. It's my gift. Shit, there goes the value of my
Okay. All in one show said he's the back-to-back champ, but always learning, and his running backs are Chubb, Dobbins, Javante, Brees Hall, Montgomery, and P. Ryan for insurance.
All
How?
in one show.
Are you
All
in
in
a
one show.
6-man league?
This has to be an 8-man league or a keeper league of some kind, and you kept Tyreek Hill and Nick Chubb, and then drafted extremely well.
We have Olave, Diggs, Waddle, Godwin, and then Chubb, Dobbins.
10 team. 10 team. Do you have? Is there keepers? Did you keep somebody? Keep anybody?
Look, I have a 10-team league, and redraft.
Dude.
Damn, I want to play.
All right. Well, you're
you.
playing with idiots. I don't know what to
Look,
tell you. So
I have a
Oh,
10-team
yeah.
league, and I have Jalen Hurts, Pierce, Madison, Tyreek Hill, and Stephon Diggs. Like, that's still nothing on what this fool has. And I was the
you were
ninth
the
pick.
9th pick. Tyreek made it to you at 9.
Gosh,
Oh, that's a fucking. Dude, that's the hardest question I've been
Yeah,
asked.
I'm betting
Boy, you're
on-
gonna be a
Oh, you done started this shit.
you're gonna be a back-to-back winner. All right. Hakuna
This is the hardest
Matata.
question I've ever
Hakuna
been asked.
Matata 69.
Oh, great. Here we go again.
Likely. Go, Calvin.
Here's the thing.
Go.
All 3 of them are gonna be good plays. Likely's gonna eat, and Joku's gonna eat, but Tyler Higbee's gonna be tight end 1 this week. So
Yeah, I
What's he
think
gonna
that
eat, though?
probably some chicken.
some crow with Calvin.
Nah, Tyler Higbee. I'm telling you right now, tight end 1 this week. Play him.
I'll go Higbee off of that list.
Yeah.
I used to want Njoku to do really well, but I think he kind of let me down enough to where I was like, I know you suck.
I just think the chemistry wasn't there in the past. I think that they've kind of found it. That Deshaun actually looks like himself again. So.
Deshaun said expect happy endings this season. So.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
I go with Higbee. I like Higbee today. All in one says, thank you, fellas. Always nice having other opinions. All right, we're here every Sunday, man. You good? You good?
every Sunday 8 a.m. Bring your friend.
Baby Santa goes, yo, what up, fellas? Start 2, half PPR. James Conner, James Cook, Jamal Williams, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. Appreciate y'all.
First off, that's a brazy profile picture. I mess with that. That's crazy. James Conner, James Cook, Jamal Williams.
Conner
Am I crazy for saying I'd want to go Jamal Williams?
No, I don't think you're crazy.
No.
I think I'm.
I think you're crazy.
I think-
Connor and Williams would be pretty good too, depending on.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
Connor Williams or Williams and Mike Evans. It's one of those two.
Yeah, PPR probably Evans Connor.
I'm going to be the lone wolf. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk.
Dude, I think he's being slept on like crazy.
I
'cause
think
got
everybody,
really-
But today's not a good matchup for him.
it's not.
Isn't
but
it though?
I tell you, he's the only receiver on that team that you're going to put in the slot. You're not going to put Ridley in the slot too often. You're not going to put Zay in the slot. And the Colts, all they have to cover is Kenny Moore, and he's fucking elite.
No, I know that.
So
but
he's probably going to take the slot from them, and their outside receivers on Jacksonville are going to eat.
All right,
a
now
lot of fucking comments in one go. God damn.
Now
Oh,
Maximus is trolling. I think that's a troll question, to be honest with you, but we can get to that in a second. Yeah, it's Connor Williams and Evans. I think is the 3. Christian Kirk is a close 4th. I think you play any of those 3, you'll be okay.
Oh, look, he says he's already starting Godwin, too, if that changes anything.
Ooh, that
Oh,
definitely
that
does.
Definitely does, yeah.
I would
Connor Williams.
Williams then, yeah.
That's my play. Connor Williams.
All right. Best coach motivation. Who should I start as my flex? Cortland Sutton versus Drake London. 10-man PPR. Raiders secondary is terrible, but Jace Horn might shout.
J.C. Horn is somebody to be
Wait,
worried
what's the
about.
best coach?
Yeah.
The Atlantic? Pacific? The Gulf?
I'm going Drake London, even with J.C. covering. Do I trust Desmond Ritter? No,
I'll
but I
let
think there's
Drake
a
in.
lot more potential with Drake London than you do with Cortland Sutton.
I feel like Atlanta's going to be playing from behind anyway, so I feel Drake's going to get some touches.
That's a good way of looking at that. I think you swayed me because I was going to take Cortland Sutton. And plus, I got Drake London on the team anyway. So
Oh, motherfucker. Okay.
Another question from him. Should I start Njoku or Kittle? Kittle expected to play, but might re-injure groin with how hard he plays.
I got a better play for you.
If you say likely,
I'm likely to say it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Higbee.
I mean, anytime you get a guy like Kittle who's playing hurt, yeah. I mean, if you want to feel safer about it, then go
Appreciate you, baby Santa. Appreciate you.
well, I have Kittle. Should I play Kittle? I'm going to play Kittle because I used to fucking pick on him. And if I don't, then my argument with Calvin earlier makes no sense. So
Exactly.
That's why I'm playing Darren Waller, but I'm going to now pick up James's pick because if he can't go, then I will at least have somebody give me some points.
You can play Njoku or Kittle. You'll likely be okay with either of them.
Yeah.
But
I'm lying. I'm taking Kittle out and I'm putting Dalton Schultz in.
honestly, okay, I don't know if you were here for it, motivation, but I'll break you through it again. Isaiah Likely might be a great play today. That's all it is. If he's available, scoop him.
My only thing is with Kittle, he's kind of like those tight ends that we were named at the beginning of the show. When they're injured, if one little thing, they're going to pull him out to rest him for the rest of the season. It's only week 1, and then you're stuck with 1 point and with PPR for 1 catch for 5 yards. And that's my biggest fear of it.
Sure.
Eric Brewer says, I'm in a really deep league. Who would you guys trust more, Marshall, Mingo, or Chenault?
I'm going Mingo.
Give me some Mingo.
yeah, I'm going Mingo over Chanel.
Well, if he's talking about Terrace Marshall, he's also on the Panthers. And he's been there
Yeah.
for a year or two. So that's not bad. Like, I just
The only
think
problem with
Mingo's
that is
got
the
the
price.
pedigree of being the best player in the long run. But for today, I don't hate that Terrace Marshall pick.
I was
I-
a Marshall fan last year, and he
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 was.
screwed me so many times because he dropped so many damn passes. I watched way too many Carolina Panthers games last year. Yeah, I can't go with him. I saw Mingo and Bryce Young do their thing, and I get it. It was practice. We're talking about practice here, but when a quarterback and their receiver starts building that chemistry up, I like that. There's something there.
Mingo's the play, in my opinion. Yep.
I'm good with it.
Sick.
I hate you, Marshall. So, Keenan Allen or OBJ?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan.
Keenan Allen all day.
Yeah.
TD Dog Cruz is likely or Goddard?
Goddard.
Likely. It's going to be raining in New England.
That's weird.
It's very likely to be heavy rain that might affect the game, so you shouldn't play that.
This
I
is a
hate-
troll.
South Dakota State, probably.
I'm going
T-Dog.
Goddard.
T-Dog
Ayuk.
3 goes Ayuk, Brian Robinson Jr. or Samaje P. Ryan at flex.
You motherfucker.
I think we all like Brian.
Yeah, we do,
Yeah.
but I like Brandon Ayuk a lot.
I would say Ayuk's hard to pass up though, but
That's
on today though, Brian Robinson's gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, man, if you got any other spots where you're like at the wide receiver spot where you're like, I don't know, put Brandon Ayuk in if you can. I don't know who else is on your team, but I'm going Brian Robinson out of the 3. Ayuk is probably going to eat today, though. God, he's going to eat.
Yeah, I think either Ayuk or Robinson you're not going wrong with on those two.
You say East Coast is the best coast? Is that what you're saying? Motivation?
I asked which coast is the
Oh.
best coast. and
East Coast. Got it.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys. Subs, so I'll definitely be back next Sunday. Much appreciated. All
Appreciate
the
you.
subs help us out a ton. We'll be having a lot more content. Fernando Luis goes, what's up? Hope everyone is good. Need some suggestions. Lockett or Mike Evans on flex. Full PPR.
Probably Evans.
Probably Evans.
Yeah.
Because Jackson Smith, Java's playing, I go in.
I think you're okay with either one. Evans probably got more potential. Lockett's going to be a safe play either way.
I'm going to go with Lockett.
That was quiet.
I was like, I can't ride with Mike Evans. And then, of course, my cousin with the troll question. Tim Tebow or Johnny Manziel?
I mean, Tebow won a playoff
True.
game.
Yeah,
This is true.
Yeah,
So I got
Yeah, but Johnny Manziel has his own documentary.
true.
Tebow probably has one. They just have never seen
Yeah.
it. No one's ever seen it.
All right.
Tebow probably has like 3 documentaries. Probably has one about his baseball.
You know what?
career.
Tim Tebow's done way more in different sports. I'm gonna go Tim Tebow.
Y'all can keep him. I'd rather have Josh Rosen.
All right, Caleb. I'm gonna do the last 12 o'clock game, then we'll put your thing up here. All right,
Okay.
last 12 o'clock game: Texans versus Ravens in Baltimore. Light rain.
I ain't lying. I'm taking Kittle out. I'm putting Dalton Schultz in. That's what I'm doing. Houston just didn't do enough in the preseason. They didn't show enough for me to know who's going to do good. I think it's going to be straight up. Everything's going to be by committee for now. And it's hard to pick somebody off the Texans for fantasy knowing that.
He did build a good resume with Dalton, though, from what everybody said. We didn't see it because they didn't, like you said, didn't show it. But
Like Damian Pierce is always a good play, but he always has a ceiling.
True.
Lamar is
I'll
not
say.
bad.
No, I was just gonna say, gambling wise, when a good strategy is betting against the public, because the public's usually wrong, which is why you've seen us have all the money. 95% of the money's on the Ravens today. It was 10. They were 10-point favorites. Now they're 9.5. I still will take the Texans. I would take the points with the Texans there. I think that's a good play. Everyone's taking the Ravens. This seems like one of those weird Week 1 games where it seems like too obvious, like, oh, Ravens are going to blow the shit out of Houston. I think with a new coach, I mean, you guys obviously know your team better than me, but I just think gambling-wise, the play is the Texans. I'd be more surprised if the Ravens just blow the doors off of them than if they keep it. They could lose by 7 and you win that.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Like, if the Texans can keep Lamar from running, we can cover that 9.5. Easy.
If you
But-
watch our prediction video for this week, I think we all agreed that this seemed like a trap game. It's like the line was very, very far. We could see it being a field goal game at the end of the day.
Yeah, everyone's taking the Ravens too. Suspicious.
Interesting.
All right, Caleb, your picks for this week are your.
Yeah. So, wow.
It's not loading. All right, there it goes.
So it's not really sleeper, but Nick said dark horse, so I'm gonna go Dalvin Cook only because Brees Hall is gonna be eased back into the offense. I think Dalvin Cook's probably gonna have a lot more of a better game than him. It was between him and Deion Jackson, and then blow up or buy-in. I have Brian Robinson because we've all been talking about him already, and then shit the bed. I have Travis Etienne. I don't see him having that great of a season. And I think Tank Bigsby's going to take his job by the end of it.
I was going to ask you, like,
Yeah.
I love Tank Bigsby, but he ain't taking his job.
Yeah, he ain't taking his job, but he can get his fair share of play.
Yeah, Jacksonville will be an RBBC, or not really, but like a duo running backfield by the end of the year. For sure.
Yikeroonies. Caden, the Colts fan.
Considering I'm weak at running back, do I trade
Yes.
Keenan Allen for Debo?
Yeah. If someone takes that trade,
Oh,
I would almost take Debo.
I was going to say, I'm taking Debo over Keenan Allen. A, because we don't know whether Keenan Allen's going to play more than 3 games or not. But B, I'm only missing Kamara for the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Holy
100%.
shit. Alex Smith commented on here.
Alex Smith of ESPN says PPR, J.K. Dobbins, or Scary Terry.
First off, Alex Smith, fuck you for screwing over my Packers so many years in a row.
Did Alex Smith play with Lauren and?
I don't think so. I think J.J. Watt had already broke his leg.
God damn. Okay.
On today, I'm going J.K. Dobbins for today.
I'm going Scary Terry. Well, Scary Terry. I know the turf toe thing's a worry, but we already talked about it. Cardinals have the worst defense in the NFL. Commanders are going to eat today.
Yeah.
Sam Howell come out party.
But to
Work
that
Scary Terry.
logic, it's like, okay, your best receiver has turf toe. You're probably going to win. How much sense does it make to overwork you in something we should win anyway? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm
Like,
not saying they're going to get him overworked, but I'm saying in the first half he might be able to score a couple times.
I just feel like Houston is going to they're going to sell out on the pass game. Like they're not going to let the receivers get open for Baltimore, so Baltimore's going to run the ball a lot,
You're
which
right.
gives Dobbins the
Yeah.
point to go off. You know what I mean?
Zach talked me out of it. I'm taking Terry out.
Sorry, bro.
No, I forgot I had him in. I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to take him out. I'll put DeAndre Hopkins in. No, I'm just kidding. Good show, fam. Go Texans. Keep up the good work. Later, fam. Later, bruh. Appreciate you.
Go Titans, baby. Let's go.
Hey,
James, we're gonna buy some of that stock.
backing up. Want some?
What the?
Jaden, the Colts fan, says start two. Lamar, Howe, Richardson, Jones. I guess it's.
I'm assuming this is super flex.
Yeah.
Lamar and Sam Howell for today.
I like Lamar and Jones. We get a lot of running yards.
I'm a gambler. I'm gonna go Danny Dimes and Howell. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Don't listen to Calvin.
No,
So, yeah.
Listen. Sure, do your thing.
I was
Either-
like, yeah, he's gonna go Jones and Lamar. Usually Howe, I was like, Howe.
I was gonna say either Lamar and Howell or
I mean-
Lamar and Richardson if you're gonna gamble.
And you're a Colts fan, and you're watching the Colts anyway.
It would be kind of fun to
if
buy in on Richardson for yourself.
Richardson, Lamar, then. But I think Lamar's the rock
Mhm.
here.
I think he's gonna run a bunch. I think as your second, Howard Jones, I'm pretty solid with. I just don't like Anthony in his first official game. I think as much as I dislike Jacksonville and make fun of them,
Yeah.
I just feel that they're gonna make some stops, make some.
That's
rookies.
why I got Anthony Richardson as my shit the bed player this week. I think I did.
Well, you put defense, but yeah, he was but he was your offensive pick.
We need a sponsor. A sponsor for that, some chic.
Yeah, man, I don't know who this fat guy on NFL Network is who's cooking, but those burgers look delicious.
All right, go to the 3:00 games. We got some. This one's probably gonna be one of the favorite ones I gotta watch. Miami Dolphins versus LA Chargers.
Play everybody?
Are you just throwing everybody on the?
You can talk yourself into like 5 or 6
Yup.
guys.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if you
don't-
got a player in this game, I would probably play him. It's worth the risk to me.
I think Gerald Everett is like the only player where you're like, is this worth the play? But I mean, Gerald
No, but
Everett-
even then, because like Kellen Moore uses tight ends.
Oh, I know he does, and that's what I was gonna say. It's like this is probably the game for him to have a big game if he's going to.
Yeah, I dropped him to make my point for Logan, so I need Logan to give me 10 points. I hate doing this sometimes. Right here it says pick one: Ramondre, Pickens, P. Ryan, DJ Moore.
With the news that it's gonna be raining heavily in that Philly New England game, I'm probably going Ramondre Stevenson.
I like Ramondre here. Pickens after week 1, I like Pickens almost every week, but yeah, I think Ramondre's a play here.
I hate the fact that I'm saying this, but I get this like little gut feeling that DJ Moore is gonna have a big game today, and I really don't want
I
him to.
told you he's gonna have a good game.
You said it was possible. I just keep having
No,
a gut feeling
ask
every
Nick.
time I see his
Before
name.
I did the buzz sleeper and all that, I did an offensive one. DJ Moore was my dude. I say he's going off today.
I feel that.
Well, Kevin, do you trust Joe Barry?
Huh?
Yeah, you don't trust Joe Barry. So, like, the logic would say you put Jair on their only really good receiver. But knowing Joe Barry, he's going to do
He's
some
gonna put
dumb shit.
Jair on fucking
Bayless Jones Jr.
Mooney.
and
Yeah, like Mooney or
Nah, he's probably gonna
Yeah.
put him on Cole Kmet.
Ugh.
Ew.
Or
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
Robert Tanyan. He's like, you know what? Fuck that guy from going to Chicago.
so honestly, if it's PPR, maybe DJ Moore. Now we're talking about it, but I like Ramondre.
I like
a lot.
Ramondre. It's probably the play. DJ Moore has some fantasy value though, whether Nick wants to agree with it or not.
Oh, I didn't say he doesn't. I just don't
No,
like
you
him.
just
I don't
think
want him on my
DJ
team.
Moore.
I don't want him on my team. I don't want him to touch any part of my team. You could literally trade me probably like somebody out of the league for DJ Moore, and I'd just be like, nah, I don't like the feng shui of him on my team, so just keep
Yeah, he's not a good locker room guy for
it.
it.
Yeah, I don't like
toxic.
that.
Toxic.
Ruins
for
my,
sure.
my thing. Ravens production. Do I start Cam Akers or Jamal Williams?
Cam Akers.
Oh,
I'm going Jamal Williams.
I'm going Cam
Yeah.
Akers. It's not even
Jamal.
close. Not even close. I think
Cam
Cam
Akers.
Akers is gonna have a big game.
Trash.
No, he's
Jamal
dude.
Williams.
Big
The
game,
end of the
big
year
game.
last year, Cam Akers was so good, so good.
Yeah, I dropped him in.
you
every
mean
game.
because he didn't play the beginning?
Yeah, he didn't play
Yeah, he's the only
because he was
he was
upset
the
with
only
his
healthy
contract
player
and
in
his use.
football.
I was gonna say if I show up week 14 fully healthy, I'm gonna do pretty good too.
Right. Okay. So why wouldn't he show up week 1 healthy and do good?
Because he's
Because
fat,
everybody
he's
else on
naked.
defense is healthy too.
Sure, but Seahawks defense is not that good.
It kind of is, bro.
It's a middle of the pack defense. Cam Akers is going to be
We're
okay.
top 15.
Amazing.
Cam Akers is going to do better than Jamal Williams. Right here first. Go ahead.
All right, Caden the Colts fan says at running back, Pierce Jones or Jay Cook. At a flex, one of those guys or Tyler Lockett.
Is Jones Aaron Jones?
If it's Aaron Jones, that's a no-brainer right there.
No brainer.
I like Aaron Jones and Pierce in that situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Aaron Jones and Pierce, but if you're putting Tyler Lockett at flex, I think that's solid too.
Yeah, Aaron Jones at running back. I'm probably putting Tyler Lockett at flex. Yes, yeah, it's 100% Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, Pierce, and then I go Lockett at flex for sure. And just
100%.
set it and forget it.
Yeah, honestly.
Mega Bricks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, Colin. Full
Okay.
PPR sit one. Watto, Godwin, Dotson, T. Higgins.
Oh, sit one. Okay, Godwin.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do Godwin.
Yeah, I would say God.
I'm
Yeah.
not sitting Watto or Dotson at all.
Hell no. T.
Hell
Higgins
no.
should
You
get
can
run.
talk maintenance. Maybe T. Higgins.
I could
but
see an argument
Yeah,
for T.
Godwin.
Higgins, but then I trust Joe Burrow over Baker for Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
only reason I'm going with that is like, nah.
Yeah. Gonna look at that. Yeah.
Start Dak Prescott or Justin Fields.
Justin
Oh,
Fields.
boy.
Fields, 1,000%.
All right, now listen.
I have Dak in one of my leagues. I'm riding with him this
I'm
year,
sorry.
but I feels if I could have got
Fool, did
Yeah,
you
I think
just buy into everybody the Texans hate? What the hell?
Yeah. I got the Texans hater
Jesus
package
Christ.
Sunday ticket.
They give you a discount for it,
Watch all
bro.
the
I'd
Texans
buy that shit too.
Colts doing stuff on the game. Hey, I like it. I picked the Texans. They're one of my bets of the week.
He did.
To
He was
cover.
doing what he had to do to keep his Bayou City boy standing. He was good.
He's like, I still
Yeah.
want to be
That's why I'm
honorary
wearing a
host.
Whataburger hat today.
I was on. Yeah, I got the Whataburger hat, and then I picked the Texans. That's how I stay alive off the hot seat.
Yeah, I'm going with Justin Fields. Next one, I'm gonna butcher your name, bro.
Yep.
Arya Stark. Arya Stark.
Yeah, Arya Stark.
Yeah, I was like, where have I heard this name from? Renfro, Bateman, or KJ Osborne. Full PPR.
Renfro's just a few games away from being out of this league. Forget about him.
Osborne has some dumbass early season successful games. And if those are my options, I almost take Osborne because it's going to be a shootout.
I copy everything James just said.
Plus, I like Bateman. I just don't know who the best receiver on that team is yet.
Too many weapons.
Right.
Yeah, KJ Osborne. That's the pick. This next
Yeah,
one's kind of fun.
I'm going KJ. George Henny says Miles Sanders or Rashad White full PPR.
That's a very tough one, but I'm going Rashad White. Miles Sanders is not far behind though.
I'm going with White. They're going to be so dependent on him. I think way more than people realize.
Yep.
And he's going to eat.
I agree.
Ravens Production says, what are some good packages if I want to trade Cooper Kupp?
It depends.
Well, you got to find the people who don't watch football. You got to find the one or two people in your league who don't follow it closely, and then just get anything you can.
What does his O next to his name mean? It means he's outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, though, like if you're trying to trade Cup, if it's a redraft, you're probably looking for like two guys in like the 5th or 6th round value type to try to get. Like honestly, if you can get Rashad White and a wide receiver like Tyler Lockett, I might make that deal because
Even like a George
Yeah.
Pickens, like I would trade Cup straight up for Pickens, and that would probably be enough to entice whoever has Pickens in your league. And I'd feel good about it.
I would too. If it's a keeper league, I don't know if I would necessarily move off of him yet. I'd wait until he's healthy and gives me some actual production, and then I try to move him. Because he's going to be healthy at some point.
George Henry says, thanks, guys. No problem. We're here every Sunday. Make sure you subscribe. You can get all of our videos, all types of fantasy, parlays, everything else.
Yes, sir.
Move back to the
Bayou City Boys, the Music City Boy.
No, I just understood what you said.
Oh, that's a demerit on this Bayou City Boys thing.
Hey, we hit 1,900 subs.
Woo! Caden, the Colts fan, says the lineup is looking like Lamar, Aaron Jones, Pierce,
Pierce,
CD, Debo, D. Johnson, Jay Johnson, D. Jones, and Long.
I like your J's.
Solid.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't hate that at all.
That lineup is likely to win. There's only one change I'd probably make there, though.
Well, I was about to say you might get very like I don't want to say little production, but like Damian Pierce, I don't think he'll blow up today. Juwan Johnson, he won't blow up today. Everybody else should do pretty good today.
I think you'll make up with CBD.
Block's not gonna blow up, but he's.
I hope
Pick
Likely
up
has a terrible
Isaiah
first week.
Likely pick up. Isaiah Likely pick up.
I hope
Isaiah
Likely has an awful first week.
I hope you have an awful first week.
I'm
But you're
already there. I
Texans
drafted
fans.
Travis Kelce.
Why are you drafting your twin, bro?
What's the next game? I lost Mark Andrews for reference. Are you?
That's
in
Pick
how
up
this-
Isaiah Likely. Pick
I
up.
did, I did too, but I didn't pick up Likely, so.
You likely are going to lose because you didn't.
I don't remember who I picked.
I got my guy, right? My guy
your
got
guy?
for
Who's
10
your guy?
points. I already said Logan Thomas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Eric Bieniemy gonna prove me right.
Oh,
Philly versus New England. The moderate rain has now turned into light rain. So-
Fuck, I forgot to announce it, but me and Monkey Colt Man have a bet on our fucking SLG game today. The loser has to drink mayo coffee.
Thank you,
Oh.
Will Levis. I didn't forget. I was gonna make sure to bring it up.
Forgot all about it. Yeah.
Let's go, Monkey Cole.
Fuck you.
Let's go, Monkey Call. Woo!
We got Philly versus New England. I know this was one of your games too, James, where your parlays, where you're saying everybody won.
Yeah,
Philly.
everyone's taking the Eagles. I like the Patriots, one of the best defenses in the NFL, getting 4 points at home. Like +4 is sexy in that. Like to me, in that situation, like I could see the Eagles winning on a walk-off field goal. Fine, give me the +4 Patriots.
Hold on. You have Kincaid on your waiver?
Is Isaiah Likely on the waiver? Because if he is, that's who you should pick.
No, get Kincaid.
Yeah,
out.
get
Go
Kincaid.
get Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid is gonna be a stud for sure.
Disagree. Kate is on your bench.
Oh, play him.
Yeah,
Play him
play
over
Kincaid.
Johnson.
I don't care. I played Laporta.
I'm with
the
you.
other night.
He'd likely do bad.
Oh, shut the fuck.
Don't want to start a rookie tight end. Man, I think he's gonna do good. I know for where they got the way that like Sam Laporta got like used. I think they're gonna end up using him. Like Zach said earlier, they're gonna.
Samuel Laporta's
Have to
dog,
use the-
though.
But he's not Dalton Kincaid good. Kincaid's obviously better than. Yeah, come on, don't make that face.
He is.
It's likely that Calvin is biased against Kincaid. Nah. All right.
I got you.
Oh snap!
Wait a second. You traded Austin Eckler from Mark Andrews and Damian Pierce? Kate, we gotta talk, baby. We gotta talk.
Never trade Eckler.
Yeah, you lost the trade.
You would have had Eckler, Aaron Jones.
Eckler is a
Debo, yeah, yeah.
PPR monster.
Did that since you had? Oh, you're going for the tight end quarterback stack. I still wouldn't have traded him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did that either.
I think Austin Eckler is going to be RB2 this year.
Eckler's my boy, and then if you win with him, you can get a jersey. But
It's true.
now you can't. But all right, Philly, New England. Anybody that y'all are worried about in this game?
I mean, the rain was scaring me away from Eagles wide receivers, but even still, I wasn't going to not play them.
Yeah, you gotta play
And
AJ.
Devonta.
You feel
It's
it?
also like you don't know what the hell they're gonna do in New England as far as like passing game strategy with the new OC over there. So it's really hard to pick a
They have them.
it's really hard to pick a receiver off of there.
Well, if you traded Henry, then you did the right thing. Congratulations. But
It's an active.
I like this guy.
League,
He
man.
ain't scared to trade in week 1. I've been trying to trade people in all my leagues. No one wants to trade me.
he sent me a bogus ass offer. Don't tell. Don't,
Yeah,
don't
'cause
that.
you sent me one too. Hey,
Yeah, I sent you one back.
you were sending me
keeper league,
Isaiah
so I flipped.
Likely for Darren Waller. No shit.
You flipped Henry for CeeDee Lamb and Terry McLaurin? Oh, dude, I want in this league
No,
so
he
badly.
flipped Henry and McLaurin for CD.
Oh, yeah, even better. What the fuck? That's even
Your
better.
dyslexia set in.
I'll take it.
A little bit. Let's shot 1 million.
I'll
I made
take it.
58 trades.
Wow.
I like this guy. You're my new favorite, Kaden. I'm a
Kaden,
trade
subscribe
guy.
so you can be here every Sunday.
I
Yeah.
would trade every day if I could, but people don't trade me no more.
He has like 3 cell phones, and his girlfriend's like, "Dude, what are you doing watching the movies?" Like, sorry, I'm making a
He's
trade
probably
right
thinking
now,
about
yeah.
other girls. How can I get rid of Aaron Jones and get a better wide receiver? Is what he's going through. That's
I found your burner phone. Are you cheating on me? No, I'm making trades. This is my trade phone.
it's my trade phone.
It's like one of those old school red telephones. He answers it. I want Andrews.
All right, we got Green Bay versus Chicago next.
Oof. Aaron
Hey,
Jones.
He gonna eat.
Yeah.
He's
Dylan
likely
go
going to
eat.
do very well.
Ugh.
I like Jaden Reed.
I like Jaden Reed a lot.
I think he's the fastest player on that team.
I don't disagree with you. What, the fastest player on that team? Hang on, Christian Watson's the fastest player on that team.
I
He's
did
not
not stutter
playing.
what I said.
If you wanted a real swing for the fences, if you drafted Malik Heath, that'd be a
Huge.
little wild. I'd rather get Jaden Reed, but I think Heath is gonna get more red zone targets, at least today.
I don't know if he's playing today, but Dante Pettis played really good for Chicago last year, but I think he's hurt today.
I
But if
agree.
he does play, I don't hate that.
I hate all.
Raiders versus Denver.
Time out.
Another
It's
game.
week 1. The only player that I have that I drafted is Young Hoku and Lamar.
Perfect.
This
You
guy's
got
a
that young
monster.
hole and you got Lamar.
I will say this: if you've been betting all morning in your noon games or 11 o'clock games, depending where you live, suck ass. Don't talk yourself into betting on Raiders Broncos. Don't do it.
Do it.
It's-
Do
I
it.
mean, logic would say, yeah, take the Broncos -4 or whatever, but something's fishy.
James, are you
about
saying
it.
that they're likely to lose?
Ugh. Tired
I,
of
don't,
these
I
games.
like the Broncos defense though. And they shored up their offensive line like ugh. I like the Broncos a little bit. I just don't
Yeah.
like Russell Wilson.
I think the
There is
Broncos are
light
very
rain
likely to
now.
do well.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson lost 15 pounds,
Well,
and he stopped kissing babies and stuff. Sean Payton told him to
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty much the words he told him to do. Stop being that. You're not running for play.
hire your personal assistant.
Yeah. And then he's been dancing. He's been in the locker room dancing to Sierra's music, getting ready for this.
doing his hair. Broncos country. Let's ride. Let's ride.
All right, we got Rams versus Seahawks.
Ooh,
Looks like the rain's kind of moved out a bit, partially cloudy now. Yeah,
I think that's another slaughter game, like that Washington Arizona game. But I think the Seahawks beat the crap out of the Rams today.
Y'all have Noah Fant going on.
Yeah,
It's like slaughter. It's gonna be an ugly game.
Yeah.
It's like a 21-10, just kind of
Cam
boring.
Akers
ass.
getting 150 yards. Tyler
had 3
Higbee
fumbles.
I think this game's
Jesus
actually going to be
Christ.
close, dude. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, you do not.
Right, that's what I
You're
think.
lying to yourself if you believe that to be true.
I'm not.
He has to go with it because he has Cam Akers high, Tyler Higbee high.
Yep.
He said that Matthew Stafford is going to be top 10 QB this week.
Puka Nakua was
Whoa.
trash. He didn't care about Van Jefferson.
I said Van Jefferson. I said Van Jefferson was going to be a decent
He
player.
said Sean McVay is going to get.
Listen, the biggest struggle with this team is their defense. Their offense is not that bad.
That's not necessarily true.
No, it's pretty
Johnny,
goddamn true.
Wisconsin. Hello, all. Hello, welcome.
What's up, Johnny?
All right, Cowboys and
Oh, hang on.
Giants for tonight's game.
Oh, hang on. Johnny said I'm in a pickle for running back half point PPR. Do I start Brees Hall, Cook, or A.J. Dillon?
Cook.
Ooh,
I think
Cook.
because what we talked about, Brees Hall being eased in, I'll go Dalvin.
Yeah, I'm going with Cook out of the 3.
I'm going with Cook as well, but I think
What?
A.J. Dillon's probably going to have a touchdown just because that's what the Packers do.
Right, 'cause he
For
was-
sure. But
And you're joining Wisconsin, so if you want to ride with your boy,
Make the packing game a little more fun. You could do that.
the Badger game.
The Badgers fucking suck. So.
I'm going with Cooks though. I think Cooks is the guy.
I would like to agree.
Yeah.
Back to you said it was Cowboys Giants.
Cowboys versus Giants Sunday night game in MetLife in New York.
Jalen Hyatt and Darren Waller.
What's the spread on that, James?
It's okay. So I was gonna get some Bayou City points back. Hopefully here, I like the Giants here because everyone likes the Cowboys in prime time. I don't think the Giants are gonna be as bad. And we talked about this when we did the NFC East, but a lot of people are just writing the Giants off as like the third or fourth team. I like the Giants as a team. I don't think they did anything that didn't build off their success last year. So, and these games are typically close. I know Dallas has owned this rivalry the last few years, but let's see. Now it's Giants +3 at home. I'd take that. Take it +3 or tease it up to 7, and then if you tease it with an earlier game, you can always hedge it too. So, I like the Giants here.
I did too. I'm with that.
I'm with the Giants.
Well, there's a really good video on the SLG network where we did the NFC East, and I told y'all that the Cowboys were the worst team in this division, and I'm going to stand by that. Pickens or Deion Jackson? Oof.
Deion Jackson.
Ooh.
Deion Jackson.
Yeah, I'm going
This
Deion.
is a rare occurrence where me and Caleb agree, but
What if
Deion
I
should
told
be-
you Pickens didn't have a lot of yards today, but he had a touchdown?
Still taking Deion Jackson.
That's what I see too. I can see him getting a touchdown.
Me too. That's what I feel like is going to happen. Is he's not going to get a lot of yards, but he's going to get a touchdown.
Like I said, I love Pickens, the receiver and the fantasy play, just not this week. So, Jackson.
Sounds like for Deion Jackson though.
Ooh, this is my new favorite person.
I was
Johnny
about to read
Wisconsin.
this. I was about to read this. Johnny Wisconsin goes, Giants beating the Cowboys. I like that take. I am a McCarthy hater and for good reason.
Yes, earlier I called him the dumbest person in pro football. So you're all right by me, Johnny.
I mean, the Cowboys, they're that good. Jerry Jones made the Trey Lance trade in 5 minutes.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's skilled, bro. You don't need McCarthy to be that good. Moving on to Monday night at Buffalo Bills, New York Jets. Prime time game that I'm pretty sure majority of people are going to be watching. They made sure of it. It's going to be on ABC and ESPN. So.
Just real quick, gambling wise, I'm taking the Bills, and depending on how I do today, betting wise, I may go heavier or moderately heavy. I just think the Bills are always going to be a consistently good regular season team. They're kind of like the Raptors when they had Lowry and DeRozan to go back to the NBA. Like, just a team that can win 50 games. You don't really expect much in the playoffs, and that's fine. I like the Bills here. Everyone's going to be taking the Jets. Everyone's talking themselves into the Jets. Even if the Jets are okay, I don't think they're going to put it all together week one.
I'm not sold on the Bills' defense like a lot of people are. I don't know why people think that defense is better than it is. But they're still going to score a shit ton of points. But I think the Jets' defense is good enough. I don't know, man. I'm going with the Jets in this game.
I'm going Jets too. By the way, I like Johnny Wisconsin a lot.
I'm going with the Bills, I think. My boy is going to do good.
Nice play. But Kincaid's a fun play here. If you're tight end on
Marty's
Sunday's hurt,
dumb.
play
Not
Kincaid.
as dumb as Mark Sherman.
Another player that's in play for Buffalo in this game is Andy Isabella. He's an amazing slot receiver, in my opinion. And they just didn't know how to use him in Arizona.
Yeah.
Got quiet as hell.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were talking about, so I just stayed quiet.
Buffalo and the Jets.
No, I know, but I was trying to think in my head who Isabella was. I was like,
He's about a 5'7" white boy who weighs probably like 150, but he's just like he's the kind of guy you would suspect would be on New England.
Johnny, This comment, Bills Jets. I think it's going to come down to Aaron and his relationship with the wide receivers, and if he lets them run the ball. 8 forgets he has great running backs from time to time. I would agree he does forget he has great running backs. However, he's been ran over. He's rather watched his defense get run over by Dalvin Cook so many times in the past that I think he's going to actually just conform to the actual system this year rather than trying to make as much magic happen himself.
I'm not a Buffalo Bills hater, but I'm so against their defense. I'm gonna call it. Garrett Wilson eats on Monday.
Oh yeah. He's well too. Oh, it's the Cowboys haters. Oh, it's Greg.
Yeah, I'm the Cowboys hater. That'd be me.
Greg Gonzalez and Johnny Wisconsin are about to throw hands in the fucking comment section.
Only if
I'm
we
here
can
for it.
put it on SLG.
Hey, we didn't even really shit on the Cowboys today, though.
No, we were nice, honestly. We had the Cowboys one of our sleepers this week was a Cowboys
Technically, yeah. Technically, somebody asked us about Dak, so that was the only time we actually kind of.
But I've been
Yeah.
in the background for a couple days. I've been trying to persuade Nick to draft Rico Dowdle as a backup, just because I wanted to see if he'll do it. And
I dropped.
well, I also think he's gonna be like used quite a bit.
Well, I had to drop him today because I needed another tight end. I felt like an asshole telling people to draft Logan Thomas, and I didn't even have him on my team.
That's true.
Yeah. But oh my
I don't
god.
hate the Cowboys. The Cowboys fans hate your team enough. It's your owner that I don't.
Luca is my least favorite fucking person in the same comment section.
Luca Brasi.
Well, I was confused when I was in US Bank Stadium. I was like, where they didn't leave any room for banners. But anyway, I gotta run. I like the pass points. I like the Patriots. I like the Texans. I like the Titans with the points. If you want to take a money line underdog, the Steelers.
There was a Vikings comment and he left.
All right, see you guys.
Later, bro.
Oh man! All right. Any last minute picks or anything?
Oh wow.
Nah, it's week 1. There's no
It's
point
week
of
1.
overlooking. Just enjoy the shit. Hope that you got most of it right.
I likely think we did pretty well today.
You're
But
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh if that motherfucker breaks his leg today.
Calvin, like, I retract everything I said about likely.
Nope, he
if I'm
said
wrong,
earlier
I
he
will.
voluntarily will eat crow.
yeah. 100%. I'm gonna have a wing and
All right,
everything.
you got to drink the mayonnaise coffee if you get.
Hell nah.
If he gets under 20 points, you have to drink the mayonnaise.
Under 20 points?
You
He's
talked
about to
about
take
it
that
so
deal.
much that I'm
Yeah,
feeling
because
him-
I think like tight end positions usually score
All
like
right.
6, brother.
if Higbee doesn't get top 5 in tight ends today, then you drink mayonnaise coffee.
No, I'm not doing
If he does, then Caleb drinks mayonnaise coffee.
No, how about you drink mayonnaise coffee?
Nah, I don't. I only drink
How
monkey.
about you
Coke.
and Zach drink?
I only drink
mayonnaise
monkey.
coffee?
I'm on a diet.
Zach only
Oh,
drinks
okay.
sweet tea.
You got tacos this morning, motherfucker. Shut up. You ain't on no diet.
That's protein, bro.
Yeah, tortilla
man.
shells. That's it.
Well,
Jordan Love is awful. Cousins for the win, dude. If the Minnesota Vikings play past noon, you guys suck. He's got a bedtime, bro. The fuck?
all right. Well, we're gonna
Game
move
defense
on.
is ass, so.
If you made it to this point, people, use promo code Bayou10 Monkey Code. You can scan the little thing right here, take you to it. Does amazing stuff. Help support our sponsor right there. While two people argue in the comments.
Also, Monkey Cult Man Matt has said that if you make a purchase of over $50 using our code, you will get a free rum cake. And if you do purchase over $75, you get free shipping.
And we got football, people. We got football.
Football, baby, come on. Who? I gotta go set 37 lineups. Yeah.
And I gotta go set mine up. If you made it to this point, people, like, subscribe to the network. Does amazing stuff for us. Be on the lookout for all of our videos, whether it's PPR, parlays, IDP, every type of thing, sleepers, busts. We got you covered on everything. Like the video, drop your comments. If we'll see them, we'll write you before the lineups are going in case you missed the live. Be on the lookout every day, 8 a.m. Central Time, Sundays.
I'm excited. I have no expectations. That's the thing I'm excited about. Anyways, Love
All
it.
right. Let's go. Everybody but the Tennessee Titans. All right, we're done. We're out of here.